Welcome to Patrick Roberts, our new timeline.
Wow. What you talking about, Rick? Push myself another half hour. Why not, Rick? What if I want to push myself another half hour? Everybody else is on right now. Or is there nobody on? I haven't checked that out. But hey, we're talking Mandela effect right now. Hey, I had to go pay this fine, or I had to go to this town today, a really small town that I got a speeding ticket in, and try to fight it or get the fine lowered, or just get some points taken off the damn thing, because I was caught up in a speed trap, right? That's what everybody says, right? Well, I have got the mayor, or old mayor, ex-mayor of that town, admitting on videotape that I was caught in a speed trap. It's funny as shit. I couldn't believe that when he said it, when it came out of his mouth. I mean, how I met him was this town is like a little dinky little town, and I found a place where all the guys had that morning that I was there. We're all sitting in this restaurant having coffee, sitting around like like the old timers, just sitting around having coffee. And I thought, this is really cool. So I took advantage of it. I took my cell phone out and went in there and had a chat with them all. And I started talking Mandela effect with them. And but anyways, before the Mandela effect, well, actually, I talked to Mandela effect, and then I went into about my ticket. We all started talking about, oh, where'd you get caught at? And I told him where I got caught, and I said I know that's a speed trap because I'm on a highway. It's 55 miles an hour. My MapQuest says it's 55 miles an hour, and they got a speed limit signs that are going 35 miles an hour before you're anywhere near the city limits. And so, or what they call a city there, city limits. So they dropped this, they got these signs 35 miles an hour for, it's like a mile or two, and then it's back up to 55. And I'm like, this is a speed trap. You guys got me in a fucking speed trap. And so we're talking and stuff, and the mayor wants to look at. There was actually two ex-mayors of that town in that restaurant, and so we started talking, and he looked at my ticket, and he knows the cop that got me, of course. Since he was just a little kid, he's known him for, of course. And he said, yeah, he's a good cop and stuff, and he's like now county and all this, and I'm like, yeah, real good cop. And he goes, hey, he didn't write a highway down there. And I said, yeah, I thought that was kind of weird because I wanted to make sure exactly where I was when I got pulled over. And he goes, he got you in that speed trap, didn't he? So I thought that was funny. I said, thank you. Thank you. Yes. I was telling everybody it was a speed trap. So yeah, I got to talk Mandela effect. Let's see. Otter's going to be trouble. Yeah. Well, we need to get on, right? Yeah. Who's Otter? Otter's going to be trouble. Who's Otter? Anyways, okay. So I asked them quite a few different things. Here, why don't I see if I punch up the video, and I'll let you guys watch the video. If I can get this on. Okay.
Hey guys.
Oh, darn it.
I'm in this small.
Do I have to keep it there? Okay, I guess I gotta keep it this way. So that's gonna be kind of difficult, but alright. I'll let you guys watch a little bit of this here.
Hey guys. I'm in this small town of Wild Rose, and this is where I got this speeding ticket at. So I thought I would. It's a nice little town, you know. I actually feel when I walked into the police station, it's a real small municipal court police station, police station. Really, really small. I actually feel like I'm in like some small TV series because this town is so small and it's so cool. I mean, it's beautiful here. And the people are so nice. The lady that helped me at the police station, she was very nice. I said that you guys have a nice little town here, and she's like, yeah, I love it. So yeah, I mean, this town is like, it really is like walking into like some TV series. Like it's all set up and they're ready to say action. But there's some out of town, as you get out of town there's going to be some place to a nice lake where the water is like bakery, deli, gourmet coffee shop. So go in here. Hi, gentlemen.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. You guys got a nice little town here.
Yeah, thanks. We love it.
Yeah, I run a YouTube channel. I hope you guys don't mind being on a YouTube channel. But I came in here because I seen you guys all sitting around. It's really cool. It seems like the old days, you know.
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm from Wisconsin Rapids.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
we used to, my grandparents and stuff used to sit at the Hardee's in Tomahawk. That's where I grew up. And they'd sit at the Hardee's, you know, talking like this. And it reminds me of the old days. And this town is beautiful.
This first time over here?
Yes, yeah. I was running through here. My daughter's boyfriend lives in town.
200,000 people live here. You'd never guess that.
No. Are you serious?
They've all left. No.
I could see that around the beautiful lakes that you guys got around here.
Well, the Dublin Lakes, this area.
Yeah, I came down and I'm like, wow, that water is pretty high, almost up to that road. I bet you that road gets washed out a lot.
Yeah, well, it was covered over for the last couple of years. They just raised it.
Yeah.
I used it when car walked. You couldn't come across speed and they closed down.
No, they had that closed down. That's actually where I got my speeding ticket. That's why I'm here.
You wanted to talk to me? You got a show talk to get rid of it?
Yeah, it's a cute girl over there. Yeah.
Our village clerk. What do you had to go over a big while?
You know, that P is a nice little speed trap. That's really got me on the 35 mile an hour. I came off 73 thinking I was still on a 50. Well, my MapQuest said 55 still. So I thought I was still on a 55 road. And
So did she dare your ticket?
no, I wish she did.
How much did that cost you?
Well, they want $100, but I'm fighting it, so I have to come back.
They asked me where Pete was years ago, and I said, go down here about a mile and a half, and see signs of Pete. I said, go to Plain to it. He runs much cheaper on Pete than in the same.
Yeah. Actually, I'm more concerned. I'm not concerned about the money. Well, money's concerned, but the points. They get 4 points on my driver's license if they go through it. That's why I'm fighting it.
Was it is the judge here today? Or?
No, they said they're not doing anything in person right now, so I just, mark not guilty on the page.
But
But
Zika is? Burial Zika. I didn't know that. Yeah, he's been the village judge for what, 3, 4, 5 years. Oh, he's a pretty nice guy. Yeah. His history yet?
that what? No, I haven't. This is actually, I just parked over here, went down there to the municipal, and I came back here and I thought, hey, I want to get some video of this town. And when I go out of town back on I want to get video of the nice lakes out there.
A lot of lakes around Easton here. More east out here by Western Lakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want to the south side of town?
Yeah, you guys take me to some good fishing spots?
We'll take you to fishing spots, but we won't tell you what you're native was starting to live down in all the lakes. You guys
Yeah.
They used to raise snowmobiles across this pond in the summertime.
Really? We used to do that up in Grantsburg. They had in Grantsburg?
Yeah, we went up there back in the early 90s.
Oh, that's so awesome.
We brought them down here for years, then they got too expensive to.
I lived in Grantsburg for a couple. I went to high school in Grantsburg.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, and we used to have every summer we had the snowmobiles come up and do figure eights on that.
You said racing everything. 6,000 people a day, 3 days.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you guys have it here, huh? Oh, that sucks.
They still have it up there?
Yeah. I don't know since COVID happened. I don't know if they stopped since COVID, but they were still doing it.
Yeah, we went up there. We had our bill bond registered. We needed to pay for it. He was the mayor. He said, how you going to get the money? We got this snowmobile club that was for fundraising for us.
Oh, so you were the mayor of this town?
We paid $20 for that. But no, we got
Wow.
two ex-mayors there. No, I was the mayor too.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, I was mayor for 10 years, 8 years.
Wow.
I had 30 years.
Wow. So you guys are sitting with the right people, huh?
Yeah. In case we get
Yeah. Can you put a good word in for me? I'm just joking.
Girl across the road, she's fairly good. I can't think of her first name. What is Lindsay. She came from South Suburb of Milwaukee. She very much beautiful. She's in the order. But John's Lake. Yeah. Somewhere over there. One day he's really hurting.
So can I get a cup of coffee, please? Do you mind if I sit here?
Sure, go ahead.
I got a question for you guys. Do you guys ever hear the Mandela effect?
What?
Mandela effect?
Back from South Africa?
Yeah, Nelson Mandela. Yeah. Do you remember? Thank you. Do you remember him passing away in the late 80s, early 90s?
Yep.
You do? Yeah, I do too. It was on TV and everything. Well,
I'll ask that question.
because do you remember not long ago he passed away in 2013 and Obama and all them went to that funeral? Our reality is changing all the time. They call it the Mandela effect. Everything. Okay, here's a good one. This has changed.
No, you guys fill in the gap here.
I'm going to right now. So you guys did remember Nelson Mandela dying. I do too, back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. How many people were in the JFK car when JFK was assassinated?
The driver, John Conway, Jackie, and Jack, and the other guy. The Texas governor, Conway. Yeah.
Okay, so you have the driver.
Yeah.
Then you have Conley in the front seat.
Yeah.
Then you have Jackie in the back seat.
Yeah.
And Kennedy. John, right? 4 people?
Yeah. 4 of the cupboards. Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about just in the car now. 4 people in the car. You all agree to that, right?
Yeah.
I know too. Exactly 4 people. Go on YouTube. There's 6 people in the car now, and it's a different car.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, now there's the driver. There's some other guy in the front seat. I don't know who he is. Then Conley is behind this guy. And then Conley's wife is next to him. And then Jackie. And then Kennedy.
Oh, no.
No way. No way.
I can't remember. Did they have stuff on? So what's this got to do with Nelson Mandela?
This is what it's called, the Nelson Mandela effect.
Oh, so somebody else put a new picture in there, you're saying?
No. Our reality changed. Our reality is changing. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy.
Somebody put a different picture on you.
How can you put it? It's a video.
But you could doctor up anything.
Well, you could.
You can't.
But there's not only just that's changing.
But anybody can doctor up anything.
Right. I agree.
You know,
I agree.
Difficult you're talking about the Mandela effect.
But if you go on, if you go on YouTube, not only that, our continents are changing too.
Well, they have what they call time slips. And they had a. Yeah, and if I don't start getting something done, I'm waiting for the beat a time slip.
Oh, don't run away.
Oh, I got it. I was never here.
One of the guys got up and left. One of the guys got up and left. I'm telling him not to leave.
And they think that was from a time slip.
So we're down 1 guy already.
Have you guys ever heard of Black Tom? Black Tom is.
Black Tom.
How many times was the United States bombed, or how many times were we actually attacked on our United States? Anywhere in the United States.
On the lower 48.
Even Alaska, whatever. Hawaii.
The U.S. military has attacked a lot of places. The only ones I remember. They don't like to keep history of it. The only one I remember bombing us was Bill and Bernadine. Bombed the Pentagon. Bill Ayers and Bernadine Dorn. 9/11.
Well, I'm talking about. I don't know what you're talking about there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about like when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. Yes, that's one. And then 9/11, 2. How many more?
There's a few more bombs that come on the West Coast.
Okay. We have 9/11 and we have Pearl Harbor. Black Tom is one of them, and I don't remember Black Tom. But Black Tom supposedly took place in New York. 2 German spies, supposedly in
39 or 38 or something.
Yeah, it's a little earlier even than that. But anyways, 2 German spies blew up the emissions depot in New York, and it was millions of dollars worth of damage. And I don't remember that in our history books.
I don't remember.
No. Yeah, I'm a big history buff. I did a lot of reports on Kennedy's assassination. That's why that hit me right away.
They had the Everett figure didn't pull the trigger on that.
On the Kennedy, I think it was some inside people like Bushes and stuff.
Sure is. He Harvey Oswald is alive and well in Toronto.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I've heard that. Well, that was a big cover.
Now there's small things changing too. Do you guys remember a cereal that's got like I don't know. I don't want to say it because I want you guys to say it, but it's a crunchy cereal, and it's got a boat on it. I think there's a ship on it, but
This
the
is
main
really
thing is
hard
the main
to.
character, and it's called. And what it's called? It's called. It starts with a C.
Captain Crunch.
Huh?
Captain Crunch.
Correct. Do you guys remember Captain Crunch? You don't remember Captain Crunch? Captain Crunch is now, go look in the cereal aisle, Captain Crunch is called Cap'n Crunch.
Oh.
And they never changed it. And if you go and look through the black logs of the company, they never changed it. It's always been Cap'n Crunch.
Is that with like a apostrophe?
Yeah, CAPN Crunch. Never was that way. Never was that way. A lot of things are changed, and I mean, I don't mean to really,
I got a hold of him one day and told him to do him. I threw him away because I take all his pills out of your teeth.
of the what?
Captain Crunch will take the pills out of your teeth.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
That thing's like little bullets.
And Australia on the map used to be way out where there's nothing around it. That's what I remember. Now it's moved towards what is close to. It's moved closer, like probably about.
The closer, I don't even know
Now
what the
there's
fuck the islands are called. It's
all
closer.
around Australia has changed. And there's a lot of other changes. I'm not really big on that. I'm more of a history person.
Well, Malaysia's right offshore there.
Yeah.
In World War II, the Navy did working on a village up in Alaska territory.
These guys are like
There's
talking to
also-
fucking kids, you know.
They
I'm
fought
like-
the Japanese in Alaska.
They start talking about.
They went bombed the locals.
Supposedly now in our history now, we've got German during World War II. We've got German boats sinking our boats just off of Florida, and I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, there were stories of that. Way up in New York or something.
Oh, I should have asked them about the fucking hotel connected tonight.
Yeah, but I'm
The
talking
Twin
about
Towers.
them sinking our U-boats and our carriers that we move supplies and stuff.
Sure.
Just off of our coast.
We were never told.
Oh, okay, all right. I could see that then.
Then we had some of the bombers, like fighter ones from over the West Coast, got out there in the Western States, and they crashed lost there, never got to the river. They ran out of fuel. Oh, yeah.
Do you guys remember what the Raisin Bran box looks like?
Yeah.
What's on the Raisin Bran box?
Raisins.
Yep. And anything else with that? Was he wearing anything?
No, I can't remember.
Me, I remember him wearing a pair
Okay.
of black sunglasses.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that? Now, supposedly, he never had black sunglasses.
I'll get to the part where the mayor's.
Unless you're in detour, but unless you're in town, the speed limit's 55. It should be 55. But when you come into city limits, then it goes down.
It says right here, North Limits County Road A. You got it right there. That's a speed trap. Right here by the.
Thank you. It's a speed trap. Thank
Oh
you.
no, they sit there all the time.
Thank you, Mayor.
They sit there all the time. I'm not mayor anymore. It's 35.
Yeah, it dropped from 45 to 25. Right.
So 55.
Yeah, it drops. And it's only dropped for a couple miles too. Then it goes back up to 55.
Yeah, by the fishing.
Yeah, I know.
He even got the mayor. Got the mayor to admit it's a speed trap. I'm pretty proud of that one. I like to take that to court. Oh, they sit there all the time. Yeah. Yeah, let's set that all up. So, looks like it's time to invite our special guest on. I seen hey Trev, JW. I seen Jim in there. Trucker Jim. So I shall put a. Woo! What am I doing? What do you call it? A link. Put a link in the chat. There. Okay, there's a link in the chat. Oh, I didn't press go. I didn't press to put it in there. So, what you call it when? What you call it when you get the mayor to admit that there's a speed trap? My man Patrick. Yeah. You coming on, Trev? So, what else did I do today? Man, they had some beautiful rivers up there. Or lakes. They had some beautiful lakes. And I got some footage of a Huey helicopter. That was actually in the Vietnam War. And it's loaded with grenade launchers and small rapid fire. I forget what the caliber was. But shit, that was really cool. Oh boy. Here comes our special guest. Trucker Jim, what is up with you?
What's up, y'all?
Are you still in
Here?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Are
I'm
you
I just left Kentucky at 7:30. 32 hours of sitting there.
36 hours, you said?
32.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a fucking long time to be shitting. Just shit.
And then they're sending me they're having me hurry up to get back to Chicago, reload at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then get that load over to Detroit by tomorrow evening, and then get back to Chicago tomorrow night for a Saturday reload for London, Kentucky. So now they're trying to crazy.
Don't mean to interrupt,
Well,
but
Trucker
I just
Jim,
wanted to point out that my rent went away.
Trucker Jim, we're just letting you know that Rick Swain has jumped on the board and Cammy.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, Cammy, how you doing, hon?
Well, I was good until I realized nobody can see me and my wrench is gone.
I see
So
you.
YouTube's being, well, you see me here, but in chat, nobody was talking to me. And then I realized I looked down and my wrench is gone. So I have a feeling that YouTube has did something new. And probably,
Yeah.
we don't like her.
Yeah, I'll have to go on and check out because I
figured it wasn't you, so I just figured I'd alert you to it because shit happens. This happens on everybody's channel, but yeah.
Pat, why'd you do that?
Thank you, YouTube.
Yeah, I would not do that.
Yeah, you would. No, I know you would. Thank you, Pat, for earlier. Thank you so much. I just
no problem.
I just set it all up.
Wish I could
so it'll like I'll start to get funds in 2 to 5 days. So they say it takes 2 to 5 days. How you doing, Jim?
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good, brother.
I wish I could have sent more for you.
No, it's Pat. Whatever, dude. I mean, I'm sure I'll get more. I mean, like I said, I had a donation already. I don't know who the person was.
Me.
You know, I know the name now because it tells you. And you know, I just want to say thank you if they're watching.
Oh,
that
you
was me.
donated?
You got it from Camellia. That would be me.
Oh, you are. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. You know
No,
what?
it doesn't match here.
Please, Jesus.
There's no need to say that. Let me exit my vehicle, people. Thanks.
With any luck, you guys can get her in a room
May I
sooner.
have a cigarette before I go?
Yeah, that sucks that it takes 2 to 4 days for you to get the money.
Yeah, I know, but it is what it is. You know, no big deal. At least I know I got it, right?
Right.
That's what matters.
Oh, we just lost. Is it cold? Is it cold there, Cammy?
No. It's actually cleared
You
up.
look
So.
like you're chilly.
No, I'm actually just wearing this because it has pockets for all my stuff.
That is a problem. I find that always to be a problem.
What, needing pockets?
Yeah.
Yeah. Try being a
Cammy,
girl. They make big pockets on most girls' clothes.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I don't even see anywhere where you wrote in the chat. I don't see you at all.
I wrote 3 different things in there, and none of it showed up for you guys. It shows up for me so that I can't tell I'm being blocked, but none of y'all see it. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't see you at all.
So I said, thanks, YouTube.
So maybe Canada's got some new rule that they block you from the U.S.
No, Canada has nothing to do with it. It's YouTube has a rule that says if you talk about annoying things, we're going to mess with you.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
The one thing that they weren't counting on, though, is that I don't really give a shit that much because I can just come on here and talk to you or send you an email, send a text if I have somebody's number. And whatever, like, you know, if they don't let me, they don't let me. I'll find a different chat program. There's lots of them out there.
Yeah, we started early tonight, dearest son.
So if I'm not answering the chat, that's why I'm not being rude. They are physically blocking me from chatting to people.
Yeah, dearest son said no Cammy comments.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so me and dearest son don't see any Cammy.
Yeah, well, it's as soon as I realized that, and then I looked down and realized my wrench was gone, and I knew exactly what had happened right as soon as I saw that. I'm like, the fuckers.
That is really weird.
This stream is not for children. If you are under 18, turn off your screen.
Yeah, leave right now because I have something to say.
We are talking grown-up things. This is not meant for children who don't want this restricted in any way. This is for adults.
Pat, guess what happened to me today with
stop being butthurt YouTube.
I finally remembered to call the Red Cross. All right. Now on the Red Cross, right, as I was calling them, their slogan is they don't leave no one behind. Red Cross, they don't, you know, for disaster people, they don't leave no one behind. Okay, so I call them, right? And the lady calls me back, and she asked me when the fire was. And I said, I don't know, Friday. I said, not last Friday, the Friday before that. I said, I'm pretty sure, you know, I'm not sure of the date. And I said, it happened it started around 3:30 or so, you know, and she said, all right. And like, she's asking me questions, and it seems like How she's asking me? She's got an attitude to where she doesn't like really believe me or something. She was like, I was there, and I got everybody's information.
Yeah,
All
they
this.
asked me a bunch of questions.
Am I breaking up or something?
No, you sound
No, they
fine.
asked me about
okay.
something.
All right. They said that
I
they
was
had
letting you know
everybody's
that.
information and everything. They got everybody's info and everything. And you know, I said, so what are you trying to say? I said, you know, you saying I'm trying to make a fraudulent claim? You know, and they were like, well, we normally don't help after 2 weeks. Actually, they said that after that. And I said, well, I just found out about this not too long ago. And then that's when, like, she went into explaining everything. And that's when she said that she was there and she got everybody's name and everything. And I said, well, hold on. If you got everybody's name, how come you didn't contact me? Like, she's telling me everybody was on the SEPTA bus. And I said, no, not everybody. I said, me and my wife were in my vehicle because we were dealing with the fire marshals. I said, because the fire started in my apartment. I said, I didn't leave there till like 12:30. I said, everyone left. I said, I seen the bus leave, but like, I didn't tell her the time or nothing like that. But I remember the bus leaving early and us still being there dealing with the fire department. But she said she was there in a big white truck or something like that. And she can't believe that she missed me or I missed her. I didn't see her, blah, blah, blah. And then she asked me, you know,
you can prove it with your police report.
right. They could prove it. Just she has my name on that list. She has to have my name on that list. My name has to be on her
Even if it's
list.
not on the list,
You
your
know,
name is
I'm
on
a
the police
family.
report
There
for
was
the
8
fire that
families
happened in your
displaced.
unit.
Right.
So
There
you can
was
prove
8
it
fires
happened.
displaced. So that's the next thing she wants to see. She wants to see my ID. So I'm like, fine, yeah, whatever, because it has my address and everything on it. But here's the thing. This was like kind of the first obstacle. It was she couldn't. I said, yeah, I could take a picture of my ID and send it to you. Oh well, I can't receive picture IDs. It's got to be by video. And my video camera, for some reason, I can never get video calls. I only get them like once in a while. I can receive a video call. Every time I go to answer a video call, it hangs up on me. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Maybe it's a Wi-Fi call, Wi-Fi or something's off. But only once in a while I can receive a video call. So I was like, I can't do that. But my wife is here with me. She can do it. Blah, blah, blah. So, you know, but meanwhile, me and this lady were kind of like rubbing one another the wrong way because I had said their slogan. Well, what do you mean? I thought you left no one behind. You know, I can't help it that I just found out about this program that you give us money, that I can receive money. I said, I didn't want to go to the room. I said, because I didn't feel comfortable doing that at the time. I said, you know, I wanted to stay in my car and just do that. I said, I can't help it if I've been surviving on my own without no help. You know, well, I didn't say that, but that's how I felt, you know, and now I'm calling in for help and you're telling me you can't help me. So she says, all right, well, once we get your ID and everything, I'm not sure that it's going to go through because I have to check with everybody, this and that. And like I said, we normally don't help anybody after 2 weeks, blah, 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 this and that. I said, so you do leave people behind, huh? And, you know, but anyway, I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, let them deny me. Let them go ahead. Let them deny me. This is something for me to, you know, make waves or something. If they deny me, you know, access, I can make a little bit of noise or something maybe. And all of a sudden, so I look for my ID. I can't find my ID. My ID's not in my wallet. My ID's gone. Now, I have a picture of my ID because I just sent a picture of my ID the other day. And I can't remember what I did with my ID. But as I was thinking, because like I calmed down, because all day today Today was horrible. My day was a horrible day because I was like chasing money all day long. So I was being very, very worldly. And the last couple of weeks, I haven't been living like that. So my day was like freaking miserable. Now, don't get me wrong, I was happy, and some of it I was laughing at it. There was only a couple times where I really got pissed off, but it was just horrible. So, I get another call out of the blue after I've thought of calling this lady back and saying, you know what, take your $500 and shove it up your ass. But I didn't actually do that. But then I get another call from this other lady. It's a private number. I'm shocked that I answered it, but I answered it, and she's like, "Well, what's going on? Because this is the first time I'm hearing about it. I'm new with the call, and can you fill me in?" And I fill her in with what I just told you. How this lady must feel hurt or something because I slipped through the cracks on her. And I had thrown your slogan in her face, and I must have came off the wrong way with her. So we weren't, getting along that good. And I said, ma'am, right now, I said, I can't find my ID. So, I did, but the one thing I didn't mention is nothing about the camera or nothing like that to her. I just said, I can't find my ID right now. And you are telling me anyway that it might not go through. I said, I think I really didn't want to reach out to you because I know who runs the Red Cross. I know who owns the Red Cross. And, I said, I really don't like it too much. And I said, the Rothschilds own the Red Cross. I said, how does it feel to work for Satan? And she said, something about something on paper where the Red Cross is so-and-so. I said, ma'am, I don't care what it says on paper. I said, I know who owns the Red Cross. It's the Rothschilds. I said, they're satanic. I said, so you're basically working for Satan. And I said, that's the end of my conversation. I said, I don't care what's in black and white. I said, regardless if I give you my ID or not, I said, you may not help me. I said, so there was kind of a reason why. Because for like 2 days, I was like, oh, let me call the Red Cross. Since you told me, Pat, I must have said, let me call the Red Cross about 5-6 times. And I was wondering why I wasn't calling, and that's probably the reason. But I was like, let them deny me. I actually wanted them to deny me. I said a prayer to God. God, if this is a fallen world, don't deny me. And here it is. They're denying me.
Are they?
And I know it's a fallen world. That's just a little. He hears me. He does hear me. I know he did. I just never questioned him because you're told not to test him. And I never did nothing like that, but I did, and like something happened to me the other day ago. I mean, a couple days ago that was very I don't know, pronounced spiritually, but I'm keeping that to myself for now. And but yeah, it was I felt so like I should have said to her after I said, how does it feel to work for Satan? I said, I guarantee you're wearing a mask right now too. But I didn't. But I'm sure she was. But whatever.
So you get well, before I get into it, I want to say hi to Algorithm. Surprised to see you. You got
What's up, Algo? Rhythm? That's not Algo, no. That's Algo, right?
Yeah,
you
I guess put it so.
Rhythm. Okay.
What the hell logo is that? I don't even notice that I can't put that with Algo. So Algo is here and dear Star and thanks. Yeah, thanks. It is healing up, but it sure hurts like a son of a bitch yet. But yeah, it's healing. I can't wait I can't wait till I get the feeling in my face again. Because I'm still all numb. My whole fucking head is numb. Not my whole head, but half of it, straight down the middle. I feel like I feel like Phantom of the Opera because I can't feel this side of my face. It's like fucked up. Every time I go to touch my face, I can't feel it. And it's like, where the fuck did my face go? Where's my face?
I hate when you get all Novocained up too, and you can't feel like after the dentist.
You've been to the dentist.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that feeling. I hate that. Pat, you did get the picture of my coin, right? Pat, did you get the picture of that coin that I sent you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The Statue of Liberty coin.
Yeah, I got it.
It says Ellis Island on it. Did you notice that?
Oh, I didn't look at it.
Yeah, that's why I sent it to you. Look on the coin. It's the Statue of Liberty with Ellis Island on it. It's residue. And on the back of it's the prayer. It's the prayer of Ellis Island. The you know, when they brought the slaves, well, not the slaves, the people on the boats came over, the immigrants. They have the prayer on Ellis Island. It's on the back of the coin.
So I wanted to say, so you said they denied you?
Well, yeah, because it was past 2 weeks. That's basically what they were saying. They said that they had to do extra things to confirm or something. I don't know. They didn't really give me a reason why they had to do extra things, Pat. The lady just said that the lady, in my opinion, that screwed up, that let me and my wife slip through the cracks. She said that she had to take extra steps to see if she could give me the fund. That's exactly what she said, because it's been longer than 2 weeks. And she actually did ask me, you know, well, where have you been since the fire? You know, like,
yeah.
The fuck's out of your business? You know, where I go? You know, how didn't you contact me if you're supposed to help everybody? You know, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. I don't know. Maybe if they call me tomorrow, I'll say, listen, you know, and if I didn't, I think my ID may be in my black jacket that's in storage. Like, I started to look for it in my car to like try and finish this. But I was done stressing myself out. I went through enough for today. And it finally clicked into my head what was wrong with me. And I thought it was because I wasn't smoking enough pot, because I wasn't smoking like I normally smoke today. But that wasn't it. It was because I was chasing fucking money. I know it is. Because I've done that before, and I felt that way before. I know how it feels. I know what it's like. It wasn't too long ago when I stopped, you know, living worldly.
Yeah.
I know he'll take care of me no matter what happens. He'll take care of me. I know he will. So, you know, I am running out of money. That's why I tapped into the GoFundMe. I still got some silver left. But I tapped into all my gold. All my gold's gone. That's what I've been living off of this year. Well, besides the money I got from my mother's death. But that was last year. That wasn't this year. So that hit hard, like me not doing what I wanted to do with the money I got from my mother's death. That's like really hitting me hard with all this bullshit with the house burning down. And what's that?
Have they let you get your stuff out of the apartment yet?
Oh no, the landlord still got it all locked up. The stuff, like everything in my prayer closet was just wet. That's all. None of it caught on fire or nothing. It was just wet. But like in the bedroom, it was on
On top
fire
of that, 'cause
somewhat.
the day he's going to open it up to get rid of it, you want to be there to collect it.
Well, I think they've already thrown everything out because they boarded the whole place up, and they've already started doing work in there. So I think once he got me, like not able to get in the front door, the next work day they went up there and like I was gonna
Well,
go
if he
through
has
some
to
of the
hang on to
track
your
because I
stuff
rode
for so
past.
many days,
Huh?
and you can prove that he got rid of your stuff without contacting you, you can go after him for the value of your stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, you trust and believe? Yeah. Oh yeah. I will. I'll try to. Yeah. Yeah.
So what I would do is ask the police for a peace officer when they have time to help you go try and collect your stuff from the landlord so that you have a witness who the police will trust, because the peace officer, to
There you
verify
go.
whether
Yeah.
the landlord has your stuff, whether he tossed it out, which will go
Right.
along with getting your stuff back.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
because you're going about it the polite, nice way, then it'll look good in court. Because you
Right.
tried calmly to get your stuff, and then you'll have a witness there to prove that you did. And the
Right.
cops will ask all the right questions if he starts, jumping around because he's tossed it all when he shouldn't have. Because even if he wants to do work, he's got to hang on to it for so long. And he can't
Oh
hold it
yeah.
in lieu of
Yeah.
rent. I know here in
No.
Canada for
No.
sure, he's not allowed to hang on to possessions in lieu of rent. He's got to give them
No.
up
He's not
and then
allowed to
sue
do
you.
what he did.
So
He's not. I
things
know.
like your
No.
generator on the back deck, that should probably
Yeah.
be okay. Even if
Yeah.
it got a little
Well,
bit
I
hurt,
mean,
you should be able
who
to work
who
on it.
who knows by the time I get it? Who knows if the warranty's going to be up? I don't even know. The warranty could be up now, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, but you can
I'm
still
not
fix
too
it.
sure,
Just 'cause
but
they won't fix it
it's
doesn't mean it's not fixable. And things
it's
like the
not
generator
fixable. It's
totally
burnt. It's burnt. It's burnt.
are.
Listen, it had 10 gallons of gas on top of it, and it's fried. It was a foot from my kitchen, and there
See, that's why I
is
don't do the gas ones.
huh?
They want a gas barbecue here. They won't let me use my briquette barbecue, but I'm allowed a gas
Well,
barbecue. Because if you're
they
gonna
had
blow up the
no
apartment building,
idea.
do it big. You can't
They had
slowly burn it down.
right. Yeah,
Not a
yeah. Well,
controlled fire. How dare you have a controlled fire that might be put out where it causes minimal damage and zero insurance claim? If you're gonna have a
Yeah,
fire,
they
you have
had
to
no
watch.
idea. No one had no idea that I had that generator on my porch. No one but the super that was there, and I don't think he knew what was under there because
God,
I
I wish I had
covered
a
it with.
generator. There's no way I'd put it on my patio, though. Just
It
no way.
was. Well, no, this was still in a box. It was.
Yeah.
It didn't get. I didn't get it out of the box.
Well,
You
your
know, it was.
patio is up high. Mine's on ground level, so anybody can just walk by and climb over and
Right.
grab it. So that's why
Oh
I don't
well,
put
I
valuables
chained
out
it.
there.
I better believe I chained it to my
Oh,
railing.
your chains mean nothing. They'll snap that in less than 30 seconds. And there's no
I
like
got some
light
pretty
for
thick
them.
chain. I
Oh,
got some pretty thick chains,
they got some
and
pretty big
plus
bolts in it.
it's like it was like 300 pounds. They ain't moving that too easy. But no, it was secure. That's without. You know,
Yeah.
it was
But yeah, I
behind
just
3 locks, and
put out
that's not
things that
including.
are low value or really painful to get away for their buck. Like I got a lot of plants and shit they could steal if they really wanted food, but you try and carry a tote that's huge, full of dirt and potatoes growing, and try to get away with that. Like the running on that is going to be slow.
No, you're not running with that.
I'm like, so I've got things the homeless don't really want to steal, although the strawberries I'm going to have to move away from the front of the deck because they will rob them blind and eat them all.
Oh yeah.
They did that to all of my peas last year. I bought sweet peas and had them growing and nice summer sweet peas. And yeah, they just, as they ripened, ate them all off the bush. At least somebody ate them, but still, I was like, ah. And then I tried living lettuce and the bunnies came and ate it.
Well, that's the farmer's old,
then.
that's the farmer's problem. Everybody eats his produce and doesn't pay for it, right?
Yeah. So now I'm just like, well, this year I'm put 2 greenhouses up because I couldn't afford the big greenhouse. So I bought 2 little ones. End to end, they're maybe 4 feet tall. And I've got them separated by a fair bit, and I'm just going to drape some plastic over it and make my own greenhouse.
There you go. There you go.
As they've got the frame on either end. I'm just like, yeah.
Did you see the video? Did you see the video that someone made about the Gateses? It says why they're getting a divorce because Bill's a eugenics and his husband's
no, but I've heard about it. But I think it's just so they can split up their assets so that when shit goes down and Bill Gates is taken for what he's going to be taken for, because well, he's one of the people.
No, the one I don't think you heard this one. I don't think you heard this one because this one's a joke. It was kind of a joke. It was saying how Bill's for eugenics and his wife is for like for life. You know, she wants to preserve life and like kind of change life, and Bill just wants to kill it. That's why they're getting a divorce. So, you know, she can do her thing and he can do his thing, and you know.
You would have divorced him long ago if that was how she felt. Because we've known that.
It was a joke. It's a joke video, like, you know.
But yeah, I think it's all just to hide their assets, because he knows that if this turns, which it's going to, then when everybody goes down for their crimes, they're going to take all his assets. So what a better way to get your money into a place that's secure than to give it to your wife and divorce her. So you watch, he's going to be so generous if they actually get divorced.
They can't, but he's got so many straight. They got so much money they could split it even.
Well, yeah, but then if half his wealth gets taken, he's secured half his wealth.
There was 4 different billionaires in the last week that have pulled billions. Just what the Gates did, splitting assets. They're going for divorce. So 4 billionaires. Because they're trying to get out of the markets right now.
Right.
There's going to be
coming. You know, that's what I was going to say when you were saying, Cammie, what it's about. I think it's all publicity, and it's all for the markets too, to make for people to make moves.
People are going to make moves. They're milking it
more
for all
fear.
They're going to make as much as they can. In a couple of months, there's going to be uncertainty with the release of all the stuff they have to tell everybody, which is really just going to be a distraction from the real crackdown that's about to happen. Here, they're already talking and debating as far as not being allowed to travel if you don't have your vaccine passport.
Well,
so they're locking shit down here real good, and everybody's picking up a
I heard a very reliable source said that there's a third wave coming, a third or a second lockdown. I think he said a third lockdown, and it's going to be nationwide. It's going to be all America.
Oh yeah, and
it isn't just
part. There's countries that aren't doing this at all because they don't buy into it. They didn't take the payout, and they're being suppressed right now and looked at very badly. And I the whole thing is just kind of sad because everybody is willing to tolerate it to keep their way of life right now.
And that's fucked up.
They're not uncomfy enough. Well, what it is they don't give a shit about anybody else. If you're uncomfy, that's okay. I haven't been looking. I'll keep my eye out on the hunt for a dog.
What do you lose?
But yeah, the whole thing is crashing, but the whole economy is crashing. They're going to try and switch everybody over to the digital dollar, which is just a way of entrapping you so that they can charge you by how much you move, so that only
they make money on what you move.
Are going to be able to survive. Everybody else is worthless eaters, and they want to get rid of them. So if you're not going to be capable of working without stopping for a majority of your day, probably 12 hours, you're not going to be given your allotted electricity, food, and whatnot in your apartment, because it's all going to be hooked up to one and the same system, and everything will be paid automatically. You jaywalk, your fine will come out of your money right away. There will not be a time to pay it. So,
well, yeah, Cammie, what it is who they want to keep here, because your body is what's mining the crypto.
Yeah, Well,
Everything in your body. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do.
Diabetic, unhealthy,
yeah, but what I'm
COPD,
saying, Cammy,
asthma.
it doesn't. Cammy, what I'm saying is, it doesn't. Your performance doesn't matter. What you produce during the day really doesn't matter, because your body is producing enough. You
Yes
understand?
and no. They're going to make sure they're monitoring you. And so
well,
that they can
that's
keep
all.
the
Yeah,
most
that's all part of the
little worker robot that they have running on their microchip system. I don't know if you've ever looked at the pictures from space, from the International Space Station that they show everybody, which I know not everybody wants to believe, which I think it's in high orbit somewhere, whether it's in our atmosphere or wherever. But it's looking down. Everything they show you looks like microchips on a motherboard. They're turning the entire Earth into a computer, whether you like to believe it or not.
Well, no,
and
it's been
the
like
little
that.
electric signals running around. And if you're not cooperating, they're going to try and get rid of you because you're a virus program.
But the reason why it looks like that, Cammy, is because that's free energy. That's how they did the old free energy, because if you look at old pictures, it was the same thing.
They've been running it's just for over 100 years. I'm
not saying, you're wrong. You're 100% on everything you say. I'm just saying it's going to come down to a process of like who they want literally to mine their cryptocurrency, and how you are presenting to their program.
Decide to crypto ourselves, which I'm not going to, or you figure out how to support your own ass completely and get by without them, because those are the two ways. And one is probably a lot closer to God, because you're going to be relying on him a lot to make sure that you run across the food that you get to hunt to survive and forage, and the proper shelters, and that the storms don't hit where you've camped too bad and you don't flood out. Like, you make sure that he's giving you wise decisions on where you've built everything, which also means spending some basic time. You don't have to spend a lot of time, but basic time researching quick little clips of people who are building emergency shelters, so that because for the most part, we're not going to have big, huge wooden houses in the bush. We're going to have little shelters where we sleep at night. And you're not going to want anything big, because that's how they find you. So you're going to be very well hidden. So look for emergency camp stuff where you learn how to build a shelter in the winter, start a fire in the winter. Start fire with wet wood. That was the biggest downfall for the survival show. They filmed a reality survival show on my island, just on the northern tip. And all of these very well-versed survivalists came and competed. And they were there to see who could last the longest, surviving in a bush that was full of fish. They had oceans surrounding them, so they could get salmon and whatnot.
They made a show like that.
You have rabbits and deer and whatnot. Yeah, it was called Alive.
What was it called? What was the name of it again? Yeah, Alone. That's it. Yep.
That was filmed on my island. We call that camping.
Was it really?
Being pussies about. We giggled our ass off, though, that most of them couldn't start a fire because they don't know how to start with wet wood and wet things. They were just trying to do it the way they would in a dry condition. And I'm going, did you not research where you were going at all? Like,
they have this rope, right? I forget the name of it. I have it. It can be soaked and it'll light. It can be wet. It can be on fire, and you put it on the water, and it'll float. The flame will float down the water.
Yeah. Oh, there's many ways to start a fire here. Like, I giggled because I've told people, I said the easiest way I can think of for emergency fire is an orange, a rock, and a stick. You can light a fire with that without anything else. Won't be a long-lasting fire, so you need something very light and floofy to catch on fire to burn after that, and then your light twigs, and then whatever. But if you just want a spark, you can get it with a orange, a rock, and a stick. Which really confuses people, but the oils and the orange peel are...
I'll use my Zippo.
Oh, yeah, I have fire all the time. So, I've got in my emergency kit, I think, at least 10 lighters. a whole bunch of wooden matches, regular
You'd be
matches.
surprised how many flints I got.
I've got, you know, those fire burning logs that they have for your fireplace that they make, those Presto logs.
Right.
Well, I have a couple of those in there, not because I'm going to burn the whole log, but because they're the same thing as fire starting stuff that they sell you in little things. So I can just buck that up and use it as fire starter to easily light fires and have lots of that. That's how to easily start wet wood. But mostly what it is you just shave off little thin pieces of wood so you have all that floofy.
Do you know who? Do
That's
you know? Do you know who the wood dryer was of the 12 apostles?
No.
Did you ever see the show The Chosen?
No.
All right, they got
I
a new
have not
show
had
out.
television.
No, it's
in
not.
5
It's
years.
not TV. It's not on TV.
I haven't had Netflix or Disney.
It's not on Netflix. It's not on Netflix neither. It's a Christian. It's self-based. They're making this show on donations. It's called The Chosen, and right now they're in their second season, and we're waiting for episode 4 to get finished filming, and they're gonna put it out. But it's a killer show. I suggest you look it up and watch it. It's about Jesus and the 12 apostles.
Well,
It's
if there's ever any
unbelievable.
extra money for stuff like that, that'd be great.
No, Cammy, you don't have to donate if you don't want to. It's free. Just go to thechosen.com. It's free. All you have to pay for is your internet. And you're already paying for that because you're.
Oh, that's why I can't afford
you're on right now.
It's costing me way more than what you would think they should be charging for just internet, because I don't have a telephone landline. I don't have cable TV at all. I'm paying for a single.
I watch it on my phone, Cammy.
Yeah, I pay for a single internet line in and some Wi-Fi, and I'm paying $126 and change.
Yeah. I pay $100 for 2 phones, 2 lines with.
Oh yeah, my cell phones are something different. This is just for my internet. I'm paying $126, but I'm also paying for.
I don't have a home with internet.
I did that to get the free Wi-Fi because now I have enough gigs of actual usable data that I'm allowed to use when I'm out and about and away from house. But when I'm in house, I just use Wi-Fi, and I've never hit my cap. Not ever, but it's nice.
What makes me so angry is I pay for unlimited data. Right, and it's a certain amount of they're unlimited. It's a certain amount, but you still can go over that. But once you reach that amount, they send you texts saying that you reached your limit, that you may have slow processing. No, you don't understand. I don't have a limit. But they limit it anyway. It's like something like 35 gigs or something like that.
Oh, that's not too bad. Like right now, Canada's sitting. I think I'm paying for 6, and I'm paying.
I could go above it. Right. I can go above that. It's so slow.
I just am not paying for the fancy bells and whistle one because I don't use what I've got already. And if I was to pay for anything else, I'd be paying for long distance so I can call outside my country, because that's what really frickin' pissed me off. When I was sold cell phones, they told me this thing can do anything a landline can do. Well, technically, yes, but for me to make a long distance call, I can't just pick up my phone and dial outside my country. I have to call them first, buy a plan that lets me call outside the country, so take about half an hour of my time, just so that I can make that phone call. So if it was an emergency and I had to call, say, one of you guys in the United States in the next 10 minutes or something bad was going to happen, I can't do it on this thing. I could do that on my landline, even if I didn't have a long distance package. They'd bill me through the roof. but I could do it. I'm like, why can't I do that here? I can see having to pay more if I don't have a long distance plan, but I should technically be allowed to call whomever I fucking want to. I have a phone. Isn't that what phones are for?
No, like, phones are to take pictures for calculators.
That's actually why I bought this
for
phone.
Calendars, you know, for you know, everything.
It's my alarm clock. It's
here
my
we go.
radio.
I got a private number coming in now. Let me answer this number. I'll be back, people.
Okay. I bought a cool little toy from the dollar store just because I don't usually buy toys, but it sounded cool. It's kind of stupid. It's a disco light for your cell phone for when you play music so that you can spread fancy dancing light everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so I bought it because it says it works with most cell phones. It doesn't work with my new cell phone. It does work with my old cell phone, the almost broken one. But I charge that puppy up because you don't have to do anything with it. You just plug it in and have the phone on and it'll dance pretty lights. So I just plug that in now when it's dark. And I go sit outside, and I sit outside in dancing disco lights now all night long. And it eats like no battery because it's LED. I think I used it for
Hey Chris.
2.5, 3 hours last night, and it ate 1% of my battery. Oh, now camera is going to have to go off because we're going places.
Cammy's asking you what's average pay scale there
in Canada?
Yeah.
Well, they're supposedly, if it goes through, minimum wage will be 15 something an hour, like 15.05, 15.15, somewhere in there.
Wow.
Right now it's sitting at 14.65.
Boy, I would have loved to have made that kind of money as a teenager back in the day.
Well, it wasn't this for very long. It's only just recently been bumped. Last year it was 13 something. They're trying to jack it to 15. It was, however, like about $10 for a while. When I was a kid, it was $7.50.
Wow.
Things were much cheaper back then, though. Like you could go rent for $300.
Right.
I gotta mute myself for a sec, but I am here.
Okay.
Patrick, dude, what are you doing to your face?
I put oil on AD ointment.
Okay, I thought you were scratching it. I was like, don't scratch it.
I'm like rubbing it in because it feels good when it's rubbed in. I seem to heal faster. I've been putting it on for about 3 days now. And
how long did they say it's going to last?
Well, they said 4 to 6 weeks. I gotta be going on at least the 5th week, at least.
It can come back, right? It's reoccurring.
God, don't do that. I don't know.
I don't know. Think about that.
Yeah, no, fuck. If this keeps fucking back, I'm done for it. My body can.
I heard since I've never had chicken pox, I can't get shingles.
Oh, you'll just get a pretty bad case of the chicken pox.
Yeah, well, Mom tried to get me exposed to it a bunch of times.
If you were around somebody who has shingles, you could get the chicken pox.
What?
Really?
Yeah. If you had the chicken pox, who had the chicken pox would be safe around anybody with shingles. But if you didn't have the chicken pox when you were a kid, you could get them from the shingles.
Holy shit. Well, if that's the case, stay your distance.
I'm past the infection stage.
That's good.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to end up with him now.
Yeah, I heard it's horrible as an adult.
Yeah. Yeah, plus I bet Scar, you know, I bet you Scar, what's that?
I said it wasn't fun having chicken pox as a kid either.
Yeah, I don't remember it much. I just remember my dad taking me to a chicken pox party. So it was like, I wish you went to do that. But I guess he was one of them people that were fooled by listening to the news stations. You know, go get your kid, you know, infected with this fucking disease. Fucking angry. You know what I mean? I know they were. We were fooled too at some point. But
what?
Huh? I'm saying that I remember when we were asleep, you know. But we can see all the bullshit going on now. Hey Esther, Moonbeam, and Bill Valiant came in. Moonbeam and Valiant and Bill Algo Brown.
I'd say hi in chat, but YouTube says I'm not allowed to. So, sorry. I'm relocating outside.
Looks like it's daylight out there, Cammy.
It is daylight out here. I'm on the West Coast.
Toledo. Oh, okay.
And then up in Canada, so.
Right, up by Vancouver?
Yeah, on Vancouver Island.
Okay, I've been up there a few times. Well, quite a few times. I used to deliver in Vancouver.
Yeah. Keep telling everybody I live in like paradise. And unlike Vancouver, we don't get all the weather. We get like maybe a tenth of the weather Vancouver.
Yeah, you do.
I'm on the most sheltered area.
We used to deliver movie props up there. They bring them back to LA.
I have to recommend you get off of Vancouver because it's nice on the mainland. Vancouver Island, completely different. Completely different. We get people that just travel the hour and a half over by ferry and they're like, I feel so relaxed here. Like, what the hell? And they go, well, yeah, you're not under that rush pace of big city because we're not that big like they are. I think my city's like 80,000, a little over. Victoria would be more like a big city, but it's still not like Vancouver at all. Like, it's all just unique here and laid back, and everybody likes it. But, well, yeah.
I've seen those ferries a bunch of times when I'm going to my terminal there in Vancouver. I thought that was pretty cool, but I never got to go on one.
Oh, it's so cool. And I recommend if you get to go on one, you go to the front bow and you watch the water because sometimes the dolphins and the whales will be out there.
Oh, very well. You know what? I take that back. I did see the whale once.
I've seen them from shore here because they have a resident pack of orcas, and then we have our transient orcas that come through, and then we have the whales that come through, and the salmon runs, and they all chase the salmon. And seals. And so like you get to see all sorts of things, and the otters will play, and like we have so many just natural things that you can just stumble into. The other day I came out here in the morning, probably last summer, spring, and there were quails with their babies all walking by right in the driveway. I have a nesting pair of peacocks, but I can't post the recording that I have of their mating call because apparently you can't post audio without some sort of picture, and it's too big to share with anybody. So I just went, well, and it's not long, so that's what got me. So I'm like, well, what the frack? So I'm going to have to do it again when they do it with everybody looking at like the roof or something while it's going on, just so that they can hear and have a picture with it so that I can put a video up on YouTube. But I live like 50 feet from a really big park. So we get lots of animals. We got cougars, bears, all sorts of different things that will drift through. Deer more often than not, though. Raccoons, quail.
Hey,
so what's going on with Chris?
I guess we know where Dan Quayle ended up.
Where?
If he's got a job in that part, good luck to him. That's where all the crackheads sleep.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, my phone's acting up. Sorry. I keep popping in, popping out.
Chris.
Hello.
Yeah, do you have bad connection tonight?
No, it was happening last time too. It's just if I go to look at chat, when I come back to the screen, like I can't hear you guys at all. It's like everything's muted.
Texting me.
So I'm just gonna stay on.
Once in a while, you guys just sound
killing the camera.
Who is that?
Blind day. I'm gonna have to have my phone this hard.
Oh, thank you for putting on Mandela effect.
Moonbeam wants to know who you are, Chris.
Moonbeam knows who I am. And so does Dark. And so does Brenda.
Does Moonbeam know who Cammy is? Or, I mean...
Do I know Moonbeam?
Yeah, I think you do, Cammy.
I'm pretty sure I know Moonbeam.
Yeah.
I think she's friends on Twitter. She was with Jason.
On Discord. The 444.
I forget about Discord. I don't use that very often.
I like Discord.
Maybe
nobody's on it.
Maybe Moonbeam's asking about Trucker Jim. Because he's not on here a whole lot.
Oh, no, I've never met Moonbeam. I don't know if I met Chris. I can't remember.
I don't think so.
I'm Pat's brother.
Yeah.
Hi, Pat's brother.
She sounds like Missy.
Brenda, I'd answer you in text, but then I'd have to leave the here because my phone is really weird and it won't let me like split screen and do anything else without real issue. So I will answer you as soon as I get out.
Hear me, Pat?
What?
Pat. Her laugh sounds like Missy.
Oh, yeah.
That's our sister.
Cammy is amazing. That it's still daylight. Yeah, what time is it there?
8:55.
Wow.
It's almost dark though. My phone is making it look a lot brighter than it is because it likes to auto correct the light, as you can see. You look out there and then you go back to me and it'll fix it and light me up because it's smart. Yay, smartphone.
8:55, that's 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 2 hours behind us.
What's that? Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pacific time.
It's kind of cool. If I walk like 5 minutes in that direction, I can pretty much watch the ferries coming in and out. The ocean's like right there. I'm just up a big hill so that if there's a tidal wave, it has to be about 100-foot high with splash before it gets me. So not too bad.
Well,
it'll go up the ravine here and up the river and cause that to flood, and I'll get warning. And then I'll go to the top of my apartment building, 3 floors up, and wait.
What, Jim?
Because that's another 60, 70 feet. If it's going to be taller than that, I'm dead anyway, because I'm not going to be able to outrun it and get to the next nearest mountain.
Yeah.
That's almost 200 feet tall. If the wave is more than 200 feet tall.
You're cutting out, Jim.
Figures. I'm in Indianapolis. What do you go figure?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I'm in Indianapolis. That's why.
It sounds like when I try to talk to my friend in the outskirts of the little town in Arizona, in and out, up and down, cuts out, calls dropped. Bad coverage.
Oh. 2 of my closest friends live right outside of, one's in Mesa and the other one's in Scottsdale, I think.
I'd have to look those places up. I've never actually been.
Oh, I thought you. Who am I talking to?
Now it sounds like I'm never going to get to, because if we need a travel passport to get anywhere, then I'm never going to get to come.
Right.
I don't even have a regular passport. I'd have to swim for it. I am on the coast. Just swim over and hope I hit Seattle. Don't get it by the whales.
I'm definitely not taking that damn vaccine.
I'm not. I keep getting asked at work. It's so annoying. Are you taking the vaccine? And then I go, no. Well, are you going to sign up to get the vaccine? No. Well, why not? And I said, well, I react bad to things like the pill and the shot and the flu vaccine for sure. So why the heck would I sign up for this until I see how it plays out? Like, that just sounds like a really bad idea. And they go, oh, yeah, I guess. But thank God I react badly to things, because it's a really good scapegoat for why I don't want to take this thing, even though I wouldn't take it even if I could. I legitimately have a reason why I don't want to. I mean, I just about had to be locked up when I took that female shot. It's supposed to make you not get pregnant for 3 months. Oh my God, I was allergic to that, and they give it to you and they can't get rid of it. So for 3 months, you're screwed. So I was fucking going nuts. 3 months. I wanted to rip my skin off. Like nobody could come near me. I apologized sincerely to everybody afterwards. It was like, I'm so sorry.
Remember I was telling you last time about the immunity thing?
Yeah, mine reacts badly to everything, but I should have known. I can't even take like vitamins. When I took iron pills and they prescribed me iron pills, they were huge things. They were like 1,000 milligrams, which they had to double check that prescription because the pharmacist was concerned that I'd die. And it was because I wasn't absorbing vitamins very well. So I wanted to see if that would help. And so I took those for 6 months, pretty much horse tranquilizers, and still wasn't registering iron. So I stopped taking them.
The government's giving them immunity for the thing that we can't talk about. I feel like Harry Potter.
Well, there is not any news coverage on the fact that there's an article out. Can't remember which military branch it is, but they had successfully cured this thing going around in several people who were on death's door, but they were either in the military or a spouse of someone in the military, and they used dialysis. So what the heck? Like, that's something every hospital has already.
No, they're giving the companies immunity, so you can't sue.
Oh yeah, well they already did that a long time ago. If you are taking any of those things or any drugs in general, you can't really go after most of them unless there's some sort of big public outcry. They have no accountability. They don't have to, even if they knowingly give you something that is going to make you ill, you can't sue them because they have immunity that they were granted through the government.
The thing that I'm talking about wasn't immune. Like, they didn't have immunity. The government's giving them immunity now.
So when they finally start rolling out the passport, I'm going to start looking for a fake ID because I'm not taking it.
Right.
Because you know there's going to be fake passports running around.
Yeah.
In Russia, they did.
Well, it really depends on how much they want me to even make them money. If they don't want me to make them money, they'll push this through. If they want me to continue to work at all, then they're going to have to stop pretty much. That's how it works. Because if I have to get the shot, I'm not. And I'm not signing up for their lists so that they can conveniently say I owe them and I have this big debt with them. So they're not going to like me much because I will become self-supporting and live without them. And that's their biggest fear, is that everybody learns that, because once everybody realizes they don't need them, then they lose all their power. Because that's what it is right now, is everybody's focused on needing them right now. Everybody needs them for their checks and all this stimulus that they're getting, and or tax write-offs, and or free medical, and or all these things that they've got you jumping through hoops just to prove that you're willing to do stupid things to get to this shit. And that was really a test, and everybody passed with flying colors.
Where did
for them?
Where did Rick go?
Don't sign up to be reliant on that. If you can figure out how to live off of the land you're at, which that's one of the reasons why I'm at where I'm at. I'm surrounded by an ocean, so I always can fish. I'm on an island full of animals, so I can always hunt. I'm next to a river, so I can get water. And then I've set myself up with so many different tents and whatnot, and I know that they're not all the best tents and whatnot, and some of them will probably be leaky, but I plan on doing things like finding a cave and pitching the tent inside the cave so that there's not going to be so much water to leak on the tent in the first place. And you pitch a little tent in your big tent so that you can keep warm in the winter. Just a hint for all of you that didn't know how to stay warm. Got to make several rooms so that you can start warming it up in different stages so that by the time you get to your sleeping area, you're warm. And don't be stupid and bring fire in your tent. That's silly. Heat stones, put them in metal containers and on top of like a rock or something, and just let it radiate heat in your room.
Thanks, Joe.
They made a commercial about how stupid people are that aren't taking the jab. And they're supposedly medical professionals, and they're like, F you. And it's really kind of vulgar for a
you're going to be the new targeted okay group to be picked on. Everybody get ready for that. And it's one of the things, you know how they're cutting on everybody's getting SJW, you're not allowed to pick on anything. Well, you're going to be the okay group for everybody to target, where they can release all that frustration and ain't nobody going to say anything. So
yeah,
that's one of those things it's just one of those things you got to go through. The pressure of that will refine you and teach you something you need to get where we're going. So just remember it's coming at you as a lesson. And the lesson isn't going to leave our shells unscathed, but our souls are going to sparkle bright. That's all I can tell everybody is it's not supposed to be an easy ride, but it's going to be well worth it in the end. And it's not going to be always bad. That's the thing is, for the most part, most of the way through it, until you get to the part where you're going to have to deal with whatever it is, you're going to have many good moments because you actually are walking on the right side. So you're going to be blessed through most of your life and just have what you need to do your shit as long as you're willing to work for it happen for you. That won't always be handed to you, but what you need will come if you need it and you're willing to put in the work. It's usually how it works.
Yuppers.
Sadly, we have to take responsibility for ourselves. And we've all handed all that power over for so long to somebody else. We got really cushy and it's comfortable. And let's face it, everybody always hear things, and there's been a big push where they say things like, if you like camping, then you're a liar. And for the most part, that's true, because if people had to do that for any length of time, you're going to hear them say they don't want to. And it's like, but you may have to, and that you're going to have to be okay with that. Like, you know, it's not really a shame, because if you can do it successfully, then you got something up on a lot of other people, because then you survived with a lot less than a lot of other people. So you've got the knowledge that you got your own ass. So a lot of people look at it the wrong way when they have to go through that. And I'm like, it's a good life lesson, because that way, you know, if everything gets wiped out, you still got yourself. A lot of people get freaked out over that and they don't make it that far.
Yeah, well, I camp out almost every single night.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. We've got something up on them because we've got a lot of this down pat. And for the most part, like, I'm not a fan of camping, not for long term for other reasons, but it's not for lack of a lot of things. But mind you, I've sort of set myself up for fairly cushy camping when I do camp, because I've got a solar shower. I've got like 5 tents. So there's a tent for the food, and a shade tent, and a tent for the kids, and a big tent for the adults that seats. It puts the queen size air mattress that I have, because I don't sleep on the ground. And then I have a blower for that, so you don't even blow it up. And all running on batteries and electric shit, so that you can do it without having to have gas and whatnot. Everybody's like, really? And I go, yeah. I go, well, it's one of those things. I live next to a big secondhand depot that gets lots of donations. So I just would go over there on my days off and scavenge, and a lot of times you find nothing. Once in a while, they're clearing out something pretty good. I mean, I got my HEP air filter that way. It was $12.
No.
I would have never been able to afford a real one any other way. It's not that I paid a lot for it. I just waited for them to get them as Christmas gifts, and for somebody to be unappreciative of a really, really awesome Christmas gift. And I would buy it immediately. Because their loss is my gain. I know to be appreciative of that. But I sent most of my board games to my son's house, but for like the longest time for kids, because no TV. Kids freak out when they first come to my house, because like, that's what every kid wants. And there's no TV for them. And they're like, what are we supposed to do? And I had this wall of board games and card games and all sorts of different things for them to do. And within 15, 20 minutes, they're happy and playing. Parents were quite shocked. They're like, oh, I didn't even know what to do that.
Shoot some ladders. Candyland.
I had those, but I also had Risk and Chess, and I had a few adult games, which is why my kid took some of them. Monopoly, Payday, Trivial Pursuit.
Joe. Remember
even had a game called What the Fuck. I had it, I never played it.
wonder if they'll ever come out with a Mandela effect game.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that.
Kind of...
And this is the problem I had with Trivial Pursuit. When they changed the shit, the little cards change. And so with the Mandela thingy, that would happen too. And then it would really be the Mandela effect game. But all games are kind of like that because that shit happens. And every once in a while, if you're really lucky, you come across one that was like a limited edition they didn't make very many of and they didn't know about it or something, and so it doesn't get changed and you're really excited.
Yeah. On any Mandela effect, you can prove any Mandela effect if you can find a third party that drew it, or like the American flag. When people don't think about it, they draw the red underneath the stars. I see that a lot around here. I don't know if you'd be
That's because
familiar
that's
with
changed
it.
so many times it blows people's minds how many
Now
times
it's
that's
white.
changed.
Yeah, now it's white underneath the
and
the
I hate
stars.
to tell you guys, but from what little I did for research into the Mandela effect, what confused me is when everybody thinks it started around the time of Nelson Mandela and named it Mandela effect. That's when they officially named it, sure. But it's been around for forever. There are stories in so many different people's history timelines about things changing enough to make me think that this is a very common thing.
Yeah.
And what they're trying to do, and what I think it is because every human has free will choice. So when you're in an area and your will needs it to be a certain shape or whatever, then that's what it is for you. But when other people are there, then it's a different shape for them. Well, when things get overpopulated, there's too many wills, and so the majority wins. And so that's when things get set, and then we videotape it. But up until that point, I think it actually changed as per who was in the area at the time and what you needed it for. Sort of like how when they prove matter is a wave and a solid, I think everything here is a wave and a solid. When nobody is there to experience it, it might not be there until there's a physical human presence that needs that part to be there. And
Yeah,
then it's
Jim, you
there.
sound like a robot.
Oh, poor Jim, he's trying to talk.
Oh, I know. No, it's my neck massager. I'm doing my scalp. I got a lot of tension.
Well, we can hear it going right through your scalp.
I'm just gonna believe you that it's a neck massager.
What's that? What'd you say?
Esther,
I was teasing you.
Esther wants
you know, honey, that don't work on men. Trust me, I tried it. It don't work for guys.
Then you're using it wrong. I have a feeling you're trying it on your man part, and that's not the right spot. I'll leave it there for you, though. I'll leave it there for you. You can Google it if you really want to find it, but yeah.
Esther wants to know what you think about the Mandela effect.
What?
Do you see things changing? Esther wants to know. Esther wants to know if you see the things changing.
I think you, Jim.
Oh, me? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you and I talked about it before, man.
Yeah, I know. I can't answer for you though. I mean, I can say yeah, he does. Right. They're asking you.
I'm just not into the whole thing because I have time to really get into it. But yeah, I see the changes. I'm a very busy man.
Bill says the red strip under the stars is only displayed during wartime. No, that's what it says in the Google. Fuck that Google shit.
Yeah, Google's bullshit.
Google's got like fucking 30 or 40 American flags that mean different things. And never had that many damn flags in my reality. Of course they change over time as states were added, but you know, we're talking one American flag being named after like George Washington or whatever. What the hell shit is that? I mean, they got some really ridiculous things up there about the American flag. Well,
so you know, I think a lot of them think about the American flag is silly, but
I'm not dissing the American flag.
But
I'm just saying
I'm
that
not dissing it any more than I would anybody's flag. Really just the whole idea of giving that much emphasis to a piece of cloth to me is, you know, the only one I would is the shroud over Jesus. That cloth, okay, is a little special, but anything beyond that is a fucking piece of cloth.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay attention to a person, sure, an idea, sure, but not a piece of cloth.
It's not just.
And I wouldn't do it blindly to a country either, because as much as you can love your country, if your country decides to do something really horrible, like destroy all of mankind, you shouldn't blindly back it. Like, and that's true for any country. And I'm like, okay, there's loyalty, but you shouldn't give blind loyalty. Like, just everything with moderation, right? Like, it's fine to back your country when they're doing good things. If your country's doing bad things, no, fuck, hold them accountable and fucking make them the country you want to be proud to back.
I agree. We've been the bully of the world.
Well, yes, but every country, especially every first world country, is really guilty of that same shit. And pretty much since time immemorial, like I was looking at history, at least what they're officially calling history. And even if you follow their narrative, we've done nothing but take over and slaughter, and everybody takes over and this and that. And there was this dynasty, and then there was this. And that since pretty much we started settling down and making civilizations. And I'm like, so they've pretty much been at this game for forever. They haven't realized that it's not working yet. Well, isn't that like the epitome of stupid when you bang your head up against the same obstacle and expect a different result?
Did you watch Rat?
Wait a minute. What?
Did you watch Rat on YouTube?
Rat?
Yeah.
No.
You say the exact same thing he did. What, Jim?
I'm floored. I'm actually insulted.
Why? Hello? Jocker Jim, where'd you go? We can't hear you.
Oh. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's more than just a piece of fabric.
No, you've put meaning behind it to remember something else that is way more meaningful than that. But the flag itself is a piece of fabric. The meaning behind it is something, but the flag itself is a piece of fabric, and no human should kill another human over the flag itself. Now, for
all right, wait a minute. Let me interrupt that. Okay, wait a minute. Time out. Okay. You gonna let me say something? American Indians. You were talking about how we were wiping out the people and we genocide people. What do you think the American Indian warriors were doing to each other?
That's what I was just talking about
it's
with
all
everybody
part
doing it
of
since
life.
time immemorial, that everybody's done it. There isn't a single race, country that has ever existed that
It's a
hasn't
part of
gone
the
to war and
human
fought
nature.
somebody. It's something, but we haven't learned
the human
not
nature needs to
to do
forward,
that yet. And it's actually not human nature. Babies don't come out and hate people. We are taught to hate people.
So
yeah.
we are taught to have power. Power is strength. That's what we're taught.
You are taught to covet power because that's the making you want sinful things is all a part of it, because they need your soul. And for that to happen, they need you to sin. So they want you to covet power, money, lust, all your addictions, let anger run, fear, all the things that you're not supposed to do is what they're pushing for right now.
That's how they play. That's how they
But
play
that's
us.
been a plan for shit, if you want to believe their history, like 60,000, 80,000 years now, if not more. Because through every civilization you've ever witnessed, they've got the same plan. So how long has this plan been in play for? Because it's all one and the same planet. It has nothing to do with actually hating anybody. It has to do with controlling their slave population so they don't get to a number that can overthrow them. We're at the tipping point again, right. So we have to. So usually they go with wars because that was really effective, but now we have really high tech. So wars, when you do that, tend to be very effective, and that would kill too many. So now they need to incorporate some more in the areas where they need to kill a lot. And then they use illness in areas where they just need to get rid of a certain population because they can target individuals this way because they've given something now that where later on they're going to trigger. And the majority of the deaths they need to get rid of for North America are going to come from this stupid jab. Trying to be careful for you, Patrick.
The jab?
Yes. So I stopped myself and said the jab.
Jab.
But that's, I think, going to cause a lot of, as far as I can tell, we're going to have like immunodeficiency problems because they're making your body attack protein, and your body is made up of protein. So isn't that like dangerous? To me, it sounds really dangerous. That's the part that scared me the most when I heard about it, because they're like, it's going to seek this certain particular protein. I go, okay, so that's great. If it works well, great. But if it doesn't, and it just attacks proteins, we're made up of protein and water. Great. That doesn't sound so healthy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be living with
autoimmune disease is what that sounds like when your body tries to attack and kill itself. That's autoimmune disease. And everybody I know who has it suffers.
Yeah, I have psoriasis, so I would have never. Yeah, I would have never gotten this if it wasn't for me getting the inoculations back in the 60s. 69, I got that little gunshot to the arm, and I don't know how many vaccinations were in there.
Yeah, my mom was a hypochondriac, so I got every single one of my vaccinations that they could sign me up for.
Oh, wow.
I was put in a hospital for 6 months, remember. So
yeah,
they got to have all their way with me. I had tests where, I couldn't even tell you what they were, but I know I've had the EKG one. I've had an MRI, at least I assume that it was an old school MRI. It was a giant, huge disc that was above your head. It sat here in your forehead. And of course, as a little tiny kid, 6 years old, all I could think of is this big iron plate is going to fall and squish me.
Yeah.
That's terrified. So when they asked me questions, I made sure I didn't want to be there. So I made sure I didn't answer anything that I could have answered yes, and I knew I probably shouldn't. I just didn't answer yes to, and made sure that I was unremarkable in any shape or form.
We lost Rick. We lost Chris. We lost Rick.
Oh, poor Rick.
And Trucker Jim is about to go because he's pissed. You pissed him off, Candy.
I'm okay. Yeah.
I just think that you guys
as a
think the flag
veteran, that
meaning is
flag
for
means
and what
everything
it
to me.
actually is for is two different things. Because there hasn't been a war you fought that wasn't planned by a rich person and set off by a plant that they had over there.
All right.
And so
Time out.
back countries, I
I'm
back
not
people.
doing. I don't look at that flag for what the government has done to us. I look at that flag for the men who died for it.
I know many of those very same men that fight with trying not to kill themselves because now they understand what they were really doing and they have a hard time living with themselves. And could tell you stories because I spent 3 days with one who, after hurricane in Joplin, couldn't get to his meds. So he spent 3 days very suicidal. So I spent 3 days on Skype with him and listened to some very horrific stories of why he wants to kill himself. I felt bad for him because he was high enough that he's not really getting a lot of help because he worked for all our countries. And so when it comes down to his medical bills, they are all trying to pawn it off on somebody else because it wasn't just our problem. And I don't see why they don't just split the cost because then it would be almost nothing. I'm like, there's an easier way to deal with this, guys. But that kind of bugs me how they kind of just toss them and don't really give them the full help they deserve. Because, right, I get why they get them young, and he admitted that when he signed up, he thought he was doing the right thing, which I kept trying to explain to him. You thought you were doing the right thing. You didn't see yourself as going in there just to kill moms and kids and whatnot. That wasn't what you signed up for. I mean, you were there to protect your country and your people and whatnot. And that's why they go after them young, because they'll believe that. But when you get there, especially if you're married with kids, when you get over there, you see a lot more things you don't want to see that you have to be okay with and do even though you don't want to do, that will keep you up at night. He's on some pretty wicked meds still. Not. And my heart breaks for him because, like, I don't disrespect them in any way. I mean, there's a valuable reason to have them. I don't think they're being utilized the right way. That's how I word it. I don't think the majority of them are bad people. Mind you, I don't think the majority of any place is really bad people. There are groups of evil people doing some shitty shit. And
you can go
the
ahead.
rest of us
just jump right in. I'll be right back.
Yeah, jump in. I'm going to mute myself so you can talk.
Jim, I agree with you.
Thank you.
And I'm not picking on just America's flag. Like I said, I think this is true of every country's flag. I don't think anybody should be fighting for a flag or blindly for their country. I think they should always do it for the right reasons.
Maybe that's
you're
not
missing
the best.
You're missing the
Maybe
point.
that's not
We're
the
not
best
doing
subject.
it for the flag. We're doing it for the men who died for that flag.
Right, but that's what I said. When I say people get upset over the flag, I don't think they should get upset over the flag. They should be backing ideas instead and not calling it the flag, because it's not
the
just the piece of cloth that everybody's
blood we shed.
Yes, Jim, you are correct. Actually,
lots of things represent the blood they shed. I mean, you have a giant, huge burial ground that also represents the blood they shed.
And leave other countries out of it. Maybe that's not a good subject.
Well, I'm not picking on any one country. I said any country. I didn't pick on your guys' country. You just singled out your guys' country. I said, I don't think my country I should support just blindly the flag either. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate my country. I don't think they're being smart either.
In the United States. So.
And by it, I mean the people who are running it, which have been evil for a very long time.
Okay, that's why the Democrats won't have a flag behind them, because they don't believe in the flag. That's where I say you're wrong at.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't have a flag either. I'm saying don't say it's just the flag, because it's not just the flag. What you're actually passionate about is all of the bloodshed that's been used, and that is a representation of it. But it's not something that should then be used for more bloodshed, because that's disrespecting the people who shed their blood so that people could live in the United States and have the freedom to believe whatever they want. So by you not allowing someone to believe what they want, you're crapping on the people who just shed their blood that you're saying you're supporting. See, that's where I have an upsetness with, because if you ask military people, that's exactly what they support, is the ability for that person to still voice their opinion. That's what they're fighting for.
Well, maybe for Canadians.
No, that's for Americans.
No,
Yes.
Someone from.
That's from your American soldiers. Those were their words.
Anyone from America or anyone from another country just doesn't understand American pride. They don't understand the American flag. They don't actually understand how we feel about our own country.
I think every country has that exact same feeling about their own country.
Separate from the freaking Queen.
You can talk about Canada, but
if you come over to Canada, you'd be surprised how many people don't like the Queen here. Actually, the only reason why we're not separate from the Queen is because our government doesn't listen to its people.
Ours don't either.
Correct.
But we don't have the Queen on our currency.
No, well, that's because she backed the funding for the currency, so she gets her picture on there because she paid for it. And now it's not just the Queen anymore. If you come over and looked at our money now, it's not the Queen. We have new money. It's plastic and polymer, and it has what they're calling now good citizens. So we have all these Canadian representations, and then we have people who fought for liberties and whatnot in the 60s, and the lady who rode on the bus. Yeah, there's all sorts of people on the money now.
I don't know if
when you get a dollar bill with red green on it, I'll be happy.
Oh, red green? They probably would do that if the provinces could have their own money.
Right?
There would be a lot of different ones. We used to actually have provincial money a long time ago, but they've gone so far right now as to not call Queen Victoria's parade day her parade day anymore. They want to call it colonial days because they wanted to separate from the Queen. And I'm like, well, then why did you name it colonial days? Like, I don't know. Like, they had a good idea and then blew it. So, but they were trying and failed.
Hopefully we don't crash this time.
But I feel bad for everybody who's not getting heard, because none of us anywhere in the world right now are. I feel bad for all of the world's countries because none of their citizens are being listened to by their leaders. And there used to be, and for both America and Canada, but not anymore. And it's really kind of sad. And very recently, I feel bad because it's all communist. And whether anybody likes to understand it or not, the way they're treating the medical system, that's a communist rollout. And when they're saying you're not going to be able to travel, that's, it's a communist regime. And they've, I want to know which communist regime it is, though. Like, is it Russian? Is it Chinese? Because they deal with things different. And or is it combo effect? Because they kind of could work together, right? And then they could bring in the best or worst of both and bring it here. I don't know. But what's rolling out for all of North America right now is not good. And I'm really hoping, I don't know if it will work though or not, because they might have to actually disregard some of their top leaders in their area. But I kind of hope the military in the US changes their fucking mind and decides to back the people in the end of this, because that would make all the difference in the world.
Again, I don't think talking about other people's country is the best subject for you.
Well, the only reason why I say the United States military is because they're the only ones that have enough gunpowder to actually do it.
Well,
just saying.
I'm just saying, you know, maybe
I would like
the
to
subject.
say Canadian one, but there's no way Canada could do it. We don't have a big enough military, but you guys do. So I really hope if the evil people of the world decide to try and take over, that does happen. But I know there's some plants in there that are in control that are going to try and get them not to. So I just hope they do. I know a lot of the retired vets are.
Jim, slow down. You're going too fast.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Freaking construction zones.
Yeah, slow down.
Are you watching me?
No, I'm psychic. No, I'm psychic.
What else am I thinking? You don't know you don't want to know what I'm thinking.
No, but you are driving too fast right now, so slow the hell down.
I'm actually doing under 60.
I would have just slept there instead of driving all the way.
I have to. I got to be there I got to be in Chicago by 8 a.m. I don't know what they're going to do with these 3 pallets on my back. Before that, nobody's going to be in the office until 10 a.m. Yet they want me to be loaded with another other freight. I got over 1,000 bags of carrots back there. What the hell am I supposed to be doing with them?
Jim could hunt rabbits.
Yeah, right?
You won't starve.
Web it.
Open up the back of your truck and start selling them.
That's what the boss said. That's exactly what he said. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. That's time consuming.
25 cents a bag.
Ooh, that'd come out to a good little price. That's what, $250?
Well, at least you don't have to worry about carrots.
Right? Yeah, I got three pallets that are 5 foot tall, filled with carrots.
Wow. Well, you get more than $250 then.
Yeah, there's got to be more than 1,000 bags there. I just estimated. Oh Lord. I'm only about an hour and a half, 2 hours to I'm in Gary.
Valent said, for any Americans or anyone that does not believe Cammie, look at an American active military and veterans channel called Due Diligence.
Yeah, I've seen him.
And Bill said that's why so many are trying to take us out, because we are standing in the way of progress. The Great Reset. Yep. That's why there's going to be a civil war and this country's going to be taken over.
That's why the Dems are trying to get any Trump supporters or Republicans out of the military and FBI, so they can come. So they can have their own people come and do the gun grab.
Yeah. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I mean, they're gonna try it, but
I don't understand is how they think they're going to get all the guns by doing that. There's going to be so many people who don't hand over their guns.
I'm great with
even here in Canada, and only the law-abiding citizens would do that, maybe, but the criminals ain't going to give up their guns no matter what you offer them.
Exactly. We're not going to give up. I'm not giving up my guns.
Like, so that's never worked before. Why do you think it'll work now? I don't know.
There ain't no way I'm giving up my weapons. Esther, 2002 or 2022, 2023.
Yep.
Keep trying. There's always a new headline with some sort of violent whatever thing for both. I've noticed you guys and us up here, but they want the hunting rifles up here because as much as we don't have handguns, we still have hunting rifles. And yeah, so they're going after those.
Well, what the United States is doing right now is they're taking away our ammo. They're jacking up the price on ammo, and they're not selling the ammo to the stores.
They're using the shortages, and of course they keep making new excuses. Now they've got, that ship was stuck in the Suez Canal, so it must have been on that. That's what they'll say.
Don't say anything.
Oh, yes. But really what it is they bought it all. Because that's what we had happen up here is the government's just bought it all.
Yep. That's exactly right.
Esther, did you get that? 2022 end of or beginning 2023.
Esther said I saw an air show a few years ago. I would be afraid if I was in any other country. Bill says that's why so many are trying to take it. Oh, okay. I read that. Oh, Bill said go spend some time in the Middle East and then come back to the U.S. and then you'll see what freedom here really is.
Yep.
Yes, but give it another 5 years and you're going to find it's going to be a whole lot more like there than you ever thought it could ever be. And I know that sounds like I'm being rude and mean, but I'm not. Your rights are being taken away right now. You don't have freedom of speech. You won't get stoned to death, sure. But they're censoring people. I mean, right now, I can't type anything in Pat's chat. They took away my wrench. Pat didn't do it. That was them deciding I can't talk in Pat's chat anymore. So if they really want to silence you, they're going to, whether you think so or not.
Oh, Facebook, well, Twitter knocked me off on January 6th with all the other patrons. Facebook put me on a strict restriction because they claim, quote unquote, that I promoted suicide, which is bullshit. I've had friends that committed suicide. I would never do something like that.
Yeah.
But they won't show me the post that I supposedly violated with. So yeah. And they will never get Americans to wear burqas. So what do? They make us all wear masks.
Yep. Well, it's a soft sell. They're the mask, and then pretty soon they're going to tell you that maybe COVID's going to get spread by long hair. So you either have to cut your hair, shave your head, or you can cover it up with cloth, and then you're going to have masks that are a hat and your coverage, which is going to be the burqa hat. And that's pretty much all they're looking for, really.
And it's going to be everybody. It's not even just women.
I love the guys with beards and then the mask, and it doesn't even really work, but they still do it. And I'm thinking, so you think that's protecting you? Like,
right?
That's exactly.
Right. It's holding it from making steel on your face. So, like, you're not actually protected. But
I got kicked out of U.S. Cellular yesterday because I wasn't wearing a mask. And he's like, it's a little bitty story, you know. And this guy who kicked me out for not wearing a mask had a mask on, and he was so big it looked like looked like a mask on a big doll or something, you know. You get a big doll or a big teddy bear, big get a big teddy bear and imagine a mask on that teddy bear. This guy was so big, he was probably about 500, 600 pounds,
Yeah, I've
and he had a mask on with a beard and everything, just like you said. It didn't, it didn't look right. I'm like, but, dude, and you're kicking me out. He goes, well, I can deal with you if you're on the sidewalk. And I'm like, whatever, get fucked.
the most amusing customer I have who's making me think about the masks. She's doing so in a cute way. She's found, you know, those mesh bags that have all those holes in it? She's made a mask out of that. So that
That's
she's
funny.
technically got a mask, but it's full of holes.
Yeah, that's funny.
Hey, y'all. What
And
happened?
my boss has given a grief a few times over that, but I think it's hilarious because I have to bite my tongue for it, but I don't want to. Like, you know. And of course, it is so much worse because then they come up to the till and I'm not in a mask.
Yeah.
Everybody else has to be, and I feel bad for them. I keep reminding them I'm behind so many different layers of plexiglass that it doesn't really fucking matter.
Yeah.
Sort of weird because they've got this hole at the bottom that's like that tall, and that's where you hand all the money through. And I'm supposed to be protected because, you know, it's down here. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't really give a crap, guys. Like, you could have left the plexiglass down for me, but.
What, did Trucker Jim actually drop out, or did he just drop out? Did he drop out on purpose, or what? Oh, here he comes.
I don't know if he dropped out on purpose. Esther, you're not an idiot, but I know what you were asking.
And for anybody who's talking to me in chat, I don't have chat up because I'm outside and I can't see the chat, but I can't respond to you in chat anyway. I can't type in chat tonight until they decide to give it back, if they do.
Hey, Joe Dirt is here. Hey, Joe. I was on his show last night. I slept all day yesterday, and I love when I do that, when I sleep all day, because I seem to heal. Well, obviously, I heal a lot faster. And so by 3 o'clock in the morning, I was up, you know, because I had slept way too much already. And so I went on. Joe Dirt was on live at 3 o'clock this morning. 3:30 it was actually. 3:30 this morning. So I've been up since 3:30 this morning, and it's almost midnight here. Yeah, Joe, you're pretty drunk. He's running a live stream and he's drunk.
Live stream, ain't it? It's the only time I go live is when I'm drinking.
Yeah. Dearest Dawn said Jim shaved.
I know.
Did you see?
Kid.
Well, what? Show your face again. Hey, 144. Ireland. He's got to be a smart ass.
Who, me?
Being a smart ass. Yeah.
Is
Look at me. You're cutting in and out. All right, here comes the famous Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt.
What did you say, Mark?
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you, Joe Dirt?
Oh, it was a rough day, I'll tell you
that. I suppose you're pretty drunk at 3:30 this morning.
Oh man, yeah. I felt good. I got a lot off my chest anyway, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
How you doing, Cammy, Chris, Jim?
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. Doing good. How you doing?
How's everybody
Sorry,
doing?
Sorry, guys. I'm taking a couple minutes break.
Okay. So Joe, did you have a hangover, Joe?
Oh God, I still got one.
I don't know how. I don't know. Well, my dad used to drink well into his 50s, and I just looked at him. I'm like, how in the fuck can you handle that? I mean, I'm like 30 at the time, and I'm fucking having some massive hangovers, you know. And my dad's still fucking drinking in his late 50s.
I don't think I really got a hangover till I hit around 40s. Then, boy, oh man, it's tough some days. Might as well just open up a fucking fridge and drink a beer right away instead of suffering through the misery.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just a lot on my mind, you know, worried about a lot of things.
That's easy to do that nowadays.
Yeah. Now I'm not worried about the world or nothing. Care less, you know. Actually, just a couple members of the family, you know. Just kind of worried about that.
Yeah.
If I disappear, yeah, you know, if I disappear, you know, who the hell's gonna do the shit? You know.
You know, being a truck driver, you know how many times I've thought about just disappearing?
Oh, yeah.
It would be so easy.
I don't mean that fashion, but yeah, you know.
No, I'm saying,
death, you know.
I've thought about, you know, pulling into a truck stop, leaving my wallet on the dash, and just walking away.
Yep. I thought of walking out before, you know, and just walking into the woods and never looking back, you know.
Yep.
I kind of done it a few times, but I've never lasted more than 5 months.
Ooh, that's better than me.
Yeah.
I've never lasted over a weekend.
Oh, weekends. I can sleep the weekend away. That's an easy one.
When the beer runs out, it's time for me to go.
Yeah, that's what brings you back to town occasionally.
Yeah, I don't know how Grizzly Adams did it.
I don't know. He was high at bear piss.
What, Pat?
He had a bear that could go. He had a bear that could fish for him all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that show growing up.
He did. So did I.
Grizzly, go get us some food.
Yep.
Dan Haggerty was my favorite.
Bear?
Ben.
Oh,
It was Ben.
Ben.
Yeah.
Ben, go get me some food.
Yeah.
And Uncle Jesse was his buddy. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Remember
right.
Uncle Jesse was his buddy? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Yep. Didn't realize it.
Yeah.
I seen you guys
isn't that the guy? Didn't he play on the Waltons too?
Jesse or
Uncle Jesse?
Haggerty?
No.
Yeah. He didn't play on the
not
Waltons?
No. No, I don't know who
He
you're
was
thinking
in a
about,
couple.
but
He was in some Andy Griffith then, or was it Gunsmoke? What? I didn't hear you, Jim. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Can hear you now.
I put another quarter in the machine.
Oh, good for another 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. 144 says, I had a dream last night about my biker workmate trying to put a mask on over his massive beard.
Yeah, that looks funny, actually.
Yeah, could you imagine? That'd be like imagining Pie Man with a beard on.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Or
I
mean,
can't
a
picture
mask.
him with the mask.
He's got a beard. I mean, a mask.
Yeah.
See, I screwed
Pie
up.
Man's
You
an
guys.
awesome guy.
Oh boy.
I like Pie Man. I first found him on Eric Farmer's channel.
Grow for about a year, and I just finally decided to cut it off. I had to do Easter pictures with the grandkids, so.
Oh, geez.
So.
Where's the conversation going?
Yeah,
Don't know.
Oh.
We were hoping you'd bring something to the thing, Joe.
Oh, I let it all out last night. I'd rather. Yeah.
Right. And sorry I missed that.
Yeah, some pretty big events are coming up, I think, in the next 2 months. Not entirely ready.
Are you serious that you're not going to do any more shows?
Yeah, 50-50, yeah. 50-50 chance on that, yeah.
So, did you see the doctor?
I talking to Pie Man and Rot Man and stuff, so I go on just to talk to them guys.
Did you talk to the doctor today?
No, I didn't do nothing today on that sort. So, towed the Bobcat into the shop. That was about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how are you doing physically today?
Do
you feel weak? Do you feel weak and all that, or no?
No, I never really feel weak. I just run out of energy immediately. You know, if I lift something too heavy, it feels like the water pump's about to blow. You know. Yeah, psychologically, it's really fucked me up. I gotta say that, man, because I don't know how to stop. Right? I mean, I'm balls to the walls all day long. So psychologically, last few months have been kind of devastating, you know.
Well, I mean,
I don't like the feeling of
they're the ones
or helpless.
Do you think they're the ones that are getting you to feel down? You know, to pretty much put yourself in danger of actually having a heart attack?
Oh no, I don't.
Because they have it in. If they wouldn't have said anything to you, do you think you would be in this bad?
Well, I understand your question. No. When I first went to the doctor about 7 years ago, I was having problems bringing my garbage can up to the road. And that was only a 50, 60-foot walk. So I knew there was a major problem. And I seen the doctor. They told me what was going on, And at that time, they said 60% of my heart isn't working. So I was like, well, okay, I get it. And all I did was pray, every day for, I don't know, I've never stopped praying since. And since I couldn't bring the garbage can up to the road, I've cut 3,000 trees, put in a quarter-mile driveway, got the house in, put the septic in. But yeah, I can't do it no more. It's like God made me. He sustained me, and I did exactly what he told me to do. Just start. And that's what I did. And I've had moments to where I was thinking, fuck, Lord, am I like Moses where I can get to the promised land, but I can't go in it, So I've had moments where I felt like that.
Yeah.
I'd say for about 3-4 years, I was never gonna have that surgery. I would just let my life end. Man, I look at the boy and it's like, fuck, man, I really kind of like to stick around and see him married. So, I'll do it. At least, if anything, it gives my immediate family a chance to prepare that I might not make it off there instead of finding me in the freaking woods a week later or something. But my biggest problem is I don't want none of my organs removed. I don't nothing like that. And I have to be buried and yeah, So I was willing to just go in the woods, I was willing to just go into the woods. So I've already dug my hole over a year ago, you know what I mean? Specific instructions for the boy. So yeah. I'm very realistic.
Yeah. And doctors have been wrong before too,
Yep. Hey, Joe, I've had cancer. Joe, I've had cancer twice, and I beat it. So trust me, doctors don't know everything.
No, they don't. No, they don't. But I had one cardiologist.
I'm on my third round, but I don't know what's happening with that one.
I think it was. I don't know. Was it yesterday I seen the doctor? I think it was. It's probably why I went kind of fucking lunatic again. But yeah, she flew into the room and before my stress test, and she's like, absolutely not. You cannot take this stress test. You'll collapse on the fucking treadmill, And fuck, I was ready to go. I was like, fuck, I can run 9 minutes, I think. Which is a lie. I wouldn't have made it more than a minute,
Right.
But
yeah. I've done a stress test before.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really. It's not really a pass and fail thing, but I didn't pass it 2 years ago on my last one, So I'm amazed I can still do what I do. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And I always say it's because the Lord sustained me. I never asked him to cure me. I just said, leave me in pain, but just carry me along, I'll be fine. So.
Right. Yeah. I forgot.
I don't know. After talking last night, it gave me some encouragement. I'm pretty sure I'll make it. If I go to a regular hospital, it's a 50-50 chance. If I go to the Mayo, it's about a 96, 97% chance. So,
hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Odds there.
But like I said yesterday, they're going to end up freezing my body, putting me in ice, and then they'll cut my chest open, take my heart out of my chest, cut the heart open, scrape all the dead tissue out, sew the heart back together, put it back in my chest, and defrost me.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Are you
understand?
fucking kidding me?
No. Clean it like a pot pipe, man.
Oh my God, Joe.
Yeah.
That's scary.
You still see me smiling, though.
And you drink alcohol knowing you're going to go through this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the only thing that keeps my blood thin enough, man. I can't
Can I
take
say
their
something without
medication.
offending you?
Nah, go ahead.
You dumbass.
Yep.
I say that with love. And a cigarette. You double dumbass.
Oh, yeah. Nah, I don't change my shit, man. I don't pretend to be a saint.
We're gonna go one way or another. We guys will go on our own terms.
You should have seen how many trees should have killed me by now, man. Not too worried about it.
Oh, you're a tree surgeon, huh?
Yeah, I have been, yep.
Oh man, good for you.
Roofer by trade for most of my life.
I've been caught in a few trees.
Oh yeah.
I've been in plenty of bushes.
Biggest thing is I can't get excited. That's the biggest thing. I can't get too worked up. And, oh man,
I got it, Pat. No, Cammy said, "Oh, I'm out of here."
Yeah.
What happened to Chris? I ain't heard nothing from Chris.
That's because you all talk over me. That's why.
Oh man,
I'm sorry.
She's got such a cute voice. I want to hear her.
I just sit back, chill, and listen. Oh, if it gets on, forget it. I ain't getting word in. Get Rick's back.
It's Cammy.
There she is. Cammy's back. We didn't piss her off too much.
No, it's this thing. It like throws people off every now and then.
It takes a hell of a lot more than that to get me annoyed. I raised a teenager.
Yeah.
Man, I got an hour and a half drive left, and I really don't want to go.
As a cashier and see like 500 people a day during COVID. This is a walk in the park. There's only how many people here?
Oh, probably 15, huh?
So when are they going to do this surgery on you, Joe?
It'll be a couple months.
Man, keep in touch. We want to know what's going on, man, because now I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm not worried. Please don't worry.
I'm not worried, just concerned.
Man.
Just concerned.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people never even knew.
Joe Dirt might come up and visit me in a couple days, he said.
Oh, did I?
Where are you located?
Oh, man.
Where are you located, Joe Dirt?
Yeah, Central Minnesota.
Come back on that?
Central Minnesota.
Oh, okay. All right, you're up in the upper.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you say A after everything you said, so I would never have guessed Minnesota.
No, I do say that a lot.
You know how Canada got their name, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, the settlers threw letters in a hat, and they picked the letters out, and they went CANADA.
Canada.
Sadly, the real story is almost as humorous.
It's what?
The real story about why we're named Canada is almost as humorous.
Oh yeah?
Tell it,
It was
Cammy.
actually
We gotta know now.
Come on, Cammy.
They mistook a word that I think meant their village and named the whole country after it, and it was just the people's local village.
That sounds about right.
So they misunderstood it. So pretty fucking close.
Canada?
And yeah.
I lived in a town in Texas,
It really
and I'll tell you
kinda
the
meant
name
the
of it
village
after
over
this.
there. But you know.
I wonder who thought United States was a perfect name. I find that odd, actually. You know, it's like they knew there would be so many more states. You know, I find that odd.
Well, there
I find
were so many.
everything right now odd. There isn't anything I don't find odd.
What there? I think there was like what 12 or 13 original states, right? 13.
Yeah.
So then they made the 13 the 13 states, the American states, or they knew that them states were standing together, right? Or am I talking United States? Yeah, because they were all
united in the front
goal,
against the revolutionary.
going against the Queen, so they were united.
Right.
Yeah, that's why
exactly.
I'm saying that's where they got the United States.
And who thought 13 was a good number to start with?
Now you know where the Salem witches came from.
Yeah, they could have taken a little off each state and made a 14th state. Or just made another few states a little bigger. And it had like 12.
So let me tell you the name of this town I used to live in. This town down in Texas I used to live in. I wondered how they got the name of their town. So I asked the locals, and they says, two Polish settlers got on top of a hill and said, you know what? That sure is a long view. So they named the town Longview, Texas. That's a fact.
Well,
I've been wanting to tell that story for the last 20 minutes.
I think my closest town was named after a guy, actually. Yeah,
What's his name?
So. Not positive. Brainerd.
Yeah, Brainerd. I've been there. That's where the Target warehouse is. That's one of the largest Target. Yeah. I've been there many times.
Hey, Chris, I don't know if you know, but Esther Glenn is not going to get your message because you left it in the private chat. Only the people on the panel can see your private chat.
Oh, I don't know.
Just letting you know.
She put a message stating that she couldn't get a hold of my email. It didn't go through, so I just put my email on there.
No, Chris put Esther Glenn. I tried your email and it did not work. So I thought I would let you know that. No, I'm talking to Chris. So just to let Chris know that she's going to have to let Esther know that Esther's not going to see that in the private chat here.
I actually typed it there because I thought you would see it, and I can't type in chat or else it'll kick me off the the show or whatever.
You wanted me to say that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Should have worded it better. But I did send her an email. So Esther, I sent you an email.
Okay, I was confused. I thought that was a message.
No, it was for Esther.
Oh, my
Is
mistake.
Rick on here?
He's in chat, yeah.
Did Rick come on? Oh, okay.
He wasn't.
Hey,
Somebody's
thanks, Bill,
trying
for
to
the
talk. We can't.
encouragement,
Is that's Jim? I guess.
No,
yeah,
not
it's
me.
like
I'm
someone's
not moving.
typing or something.
No, not me.
It sounds like somebody's trying to talk. Do you hear that?
No.
I have, yeah.
I heard it, but it wasn't me.
Yeah, I don't hear it anymore. Bill says we have 2 towns in West Virginia, one called War and the other called Man.
Odd names there.
Yeah, it is. Can you guys hear me yet?
Warwick. We got a Warwick town, probably about 40 miles away.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we got
my internet's going in and out.
Like Pequot, Nisswas, Pine Centers, Garrisons, Ironton, Crosby's, Bay Lake. We got weird town names, man. Cross Lakes. We got weird town names around me.
Yeah, I think all the towns in Wisconsin are named after Indians.
Yeah.
You know, we have, we have Tomahawk, Wisconsin Rapids.
Write down.
You remember them old maps? You remember them old maps, Patrick? Them old maps where it's like there's portals in the water and stuff, and you can slip across the entire world through these portals and stuff.
Yeah.
I swear, man, one of them places on the map, that's Garrison Lake here, man. I mean, the lines match up, and I see the freaking stream going out, and it's like I've never been down there, but I swear that's one of their portals right there, man.
Huh.
You know, on really old maps. It's like, where the hell? And they don't have a location on the map. They're just, there's a portal here, right? And it's like, man, that's a map of Garrison Lake, dude. You know, I recognized that a few years ago. It kind of blew my mind when I seen it. It's like, that's Garrison Lake, dude.
Huh. That's interesting. Very, very interesting.
Well, Pat, you have Neilsville and Black River Falls.
Yeah. Black River Falls, yeah.
Claire and
Chicago is an Indian name.
Yep.
Very, very.
All these cities were here before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Pat.
I mean, what?
Real quick, when you get a chance, you need to get a hold of me. I got a very interesting story that Mom told me about Mom and her that you will make you laugh your ass off. Yeah.
Huh.
So remind me, call me. I got to tell you this story because she just told me it yesterday, and I swear to God, I laughed my ass off.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I can't wait to hear it, actually.
That was going to be wonderful for the next 2 hours.
What did you say, Joe Dirt?
I said, now you're gonna be wondering all night until he fucking tells you.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Well, don't talk about moms.
All right. For those that don't know, Pat and I are biological brothers. We have the same mother and same father. But I was adopted when I was 2 to 3. My adopted mother and my real mother were best friends at one time. They were waitresses in a diner, and they became best friends. Well, real mom kind of went down the wrong road in life, and she kind of screwed up. Well, adopted mom told me yesterday that she did something to the family that pissed her off, and adopted mom was on her motorcycle and saw real mom walking down Michigan Avenue. Real mom saw adopted mom and ran inside a department store. Adopted mom chased her in the department store on the motorcycle. I'm like, no way.
That's something I would pull.
Right? Some Blues Brothers shit.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it is. I said, I wish we had security cameras back then.
Yeah.
That'd have been a YouTube hit.
Oh, yeah. Adopted mom was a badass. She was a National Guard during Vietnam. So she was a badass. Yeah.
If she was riding a bike in the 70s, she was a badass, that's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a crazy story.
Yeah, it is. Now that she's at the end of her lifespan, she's telling me, and it's just mine.
You were breaking up. Now that she's telling what?
Now that she's getting to that age where she's about to go, she's telling me more stories, and the stories are really, really interesting, Pat.
That's cool. That's good. I wonder.
She wouldn't talk about this for years and years. She never would talk about this stuff. Now all of a sudden she's telling me a lot, and it's meaning a lot too.
Yeah, I wonder why she had a reason to hold it in. It didn't sound like a story that needed to be held in.
Well, I found out she wasn't talking to me for a while there because she was jealous that she thought you and Dad were taking me away from her. So she wasn't talking to me because she thought that I have my real family back, so I don't need her no more. And I had to convince her that wasn't the case.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. She's the one that raised you.
Yeah, well, she's the one that found you guys. But to have her feel that way really was weird.
Yeah. Well, maybe she didn't feel like she was gonna feel that way.
Insecurity.
Yeah, that's true.
And you handled it
that's
perfectly.
probably true.
So, yeah.
You know, you and I need to sit here and do whole
now she's secure.
Live stream just on our story. That would be. I think that would be really interesting.
That's like no.
Sounds like a Monday event.
If you look at my life just the past year, I mean, shit, you could write a story on just the fucking past year of the things I went through in the past year.
My year's been pretty good. I can't say nothing.
Yeah.
Shit, I went from homeless to my house burning down to getting shingles on the face to my identity being stolen.
That's crazy.
Shit.
Great year,
like I've always said.
You're still here.
Like I've been saying, Pat. If it wasn't for bad luck, you'd have no luck at all.
Yeah. I'm not thinking that way anymore because I've got a nice place to live right now. And since I've turned, honest to God, since I've turned my life over to Jesus, things have been happening for me, good things.
Good. Good.
I'm glad
to hear that.
He can't even use evil for his own benefit.
I've got plenty of friends on YouTube that I enjoy almost every night with. And
that's good.
And these are true diehard friends.
Yeah, I as little as I've been on here, I've noticed that. And I'm appreciative to them all. Yeah. You're a good guy.
Thanks, brother.
I like the people I talk to on YouTube. It's amazing we're so far apart, but no, I found it's kind of odd, I never associated like Patrick as any type of friend at all. And like 10 years ago, what the hell would you be talking about? But today, no, I would think of you as a friend, and that's weird, because I grew up, it's like television, it's not real, you don't know them people, nothing like that. And I don't know, when I got on YouTube about 3 years ago, man, I've met really decent folks, and it amazes me. Like, why didn't I do this 10 years ago?
And there's so many.
It's amazing to find people that think like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is
no one ever wanted to listen to me before,
We all have so much in common. That's the thing, is we all have a lot of things in common.
Well, I can go. I can cruise the town and talk to some of my best buds there, and they have no fucking clue about nothing, and it's like, how the hell are you my best buds for 20, 30 years, and you never picked up anything I was saying, and you look at me now like, really, is that gonna happen? What's happening? It's like, man, quit watching fucking television, buddy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. But I'd say in the last 7, 8 years, they quit saying "shut up" or "what the fuck" or anything. They actually listen, but they still don't understand anything that I'm saying. So I find it nice and refreshing when I come on here. I could be saying it wrong and people still understand. And it's like, yeah, it's because you've thought of it too. And that's a wonderful thing, because for most of my life, I was the only fucking one thinking it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it was refreshing to know that there was multiple people.
And that's why the government hates us so much. It's because we are connecting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're putting 2 and 2 together. The puzzle's coming together, and the government hates it.
Yep. Well, and I found that, there's a couple of us that are more saint-like. Many of us are not saints. Some of us have decent lives. Some of us struggle every day. But we're still on the same page, man. And that's just freaking awesome, actually.
You're dead on. You're dead on, brother.
Yeah.
Now that Patrick said I told him I was gonna come see him, well, now I'm gonna have to. I actually forgot about that part, Pat.
That's you had a few beers when you told me that last.
Oh, I think I was on number 20. Yeah.
3:30 this morning. Go look at the tape. It's on YouTube, by the way.
Oh, I don't want to ever look back at what I said, man. Oh, I might have to delete it again.
Do you know how many chicks I've told I've loved them and will love them forever after a few beers? And yet I've been single for 19 years. I love it.
Yeah, 10 years for me, man. That wouldn't change a thing.
It'll be 20 December 5th.
Day before my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, I guess me would be a couple months. 5 months.
You ain't even in the running.
Joe, I'll go with you. Really, though. Trev said he'll go with you. Where does Trev live?
Oh, I have no idea.
Bill says Trucker Jim, yes. Okay, love you. See, Rick, you can go on. Moonbeam tried to contact you. Esther, I emailed you. Oh, we dropped. Where did Chris go? Chris dropped out.
Oh, no.
New York City. Man, I gotta get some picante sauce.
I didn't know
I'm
they
not
made
buying any picante sauce.
I remember that commercial still, man. New York City.
Right?
That was a great one.
Yeah. Some of my favorite Super Bowl commercials were like the Budweiser horses.
The Clydesdales?
The one where they kicked the field goal. Yeah, when they kicked the field goal and shit like that. That came out, I think, during the Bears game. The Bears Super Bowl, I think.
I used to take care of some Clydesdales, man. They're fucking huge, yeah. I can walk underneath them almost.
But lately,
I've never seen one.
Lately, the Super Bowl commercials have been satanic. Very
yes, they have been.
Devilish.
Same with the halftime show.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, when I was younger, I took care of a horse farm. They were English riding horses, you know. And
oh wow!
Yeah, every morning I'd feed them, I'd shoe them that needed shoes, and oh man, I did that for like fucking 12 years before I went to work, man.
I used to work on When I was young, I used to work at a pig farm, and next door they had Arabian horses, and I helped them. I helped one of the horses give birth. I had to actually help it.
Yep.
That was a beautiful, beautiful sight.
Yep. That is cool. Yep.
Grab a hold of a leg and pull.
Yeah. Yep. And go, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am.
Right? I thought the guy was kidding. I thought he was playing a joke on me at first. He's like, no, you got to. And I'm like, why me? Yeah. You got smaller arms. I'm like, oh, great.
No. I've seen every one of my children born, and I tell you what, that's the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, I watched both of my daughters born. Actually, I'm the one who delivered my first daughter.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I remember the wife on the third kid. Oh, I was so fucking hammered that night, man. She went into labor. You know, this is about 20 years ago. And I remember telling her, I'm fine, baby, let's go, right? She made me stop. We stopped at the gas station, and she made me fucking run around the gas station like 100 times to sober up. That was still an awesome thing, though, you know? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when my oldest was born, we were at the hospital, and the doctor, Dr. Graber, he had two patients having the baby the exact same time. The girl in the room next to us, and then my daughter. I mean, yeah, my daughter. And he was in that room when my daughter crowned, and he walked in just as her shoulders were getting ready to be pulled out, and I had her.
Oh.
I was freaking out too.
That's so cool, though, man. Oh no. Yeah, that's cool. Actually. Yeah.
I was looking at the nurses, going, "Why are you making me do this?"
I always make the joke that I would shove them all back, and I would go on a cruise for a lifetime, you know. But the truth is,
yeah, no shit.
It's still the most amazing thing I've ever seen, you know.
You know,
never cried so
my
much
kids
in
have been
happiness
moved out.
in my
Well,
life.
yeah. All grown. I was gonna say they're moved out, but one moved back in. Yet I'm still broke as I was back then because I'm still supporting them.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I don't drink in my house, you know, so I got a buddy that needed a place to stay tonight, so he's in my camper, so I'm sitting in the fucking trunk. I don't like dirt.
Man, it's got to be cold up there.
Oh, it's kind of nice. It's all right.
Oh, it's 43 here.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm not the weatherman. It's pretty nice, though.
I'm glad you made it on, Joe Dirt. And you too, Jim.
Yeah. It's good to hear from Jim. It's been actually a little bit for me since I heard him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't come on enough.
You know, it's either I'm sleeping when you guys are on, or I'm busy, and I just don't get a chance to get on here that very often. But I enjoy it when I do get to come on.
Hey, Jim, can I ask a question?
Who
do you drive for?
I'm an independent driver. I'm a
Oh,
contractor.
Okay. Yeah, my
I
uncle
work for a company called Matrix.
Yeah, my uncle owns a trucking company too. So if you ever need anything, maybe I'll maybe give you his number or something.
Oh, I've got a contract with the company, so I'm pretty much set for at least 2 years.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah.
But thank you.
Yeah, he does a lot on the East Coast actually. He's based out of Nevada though.
Oh yeah, no, I don't do East Coast. I do Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Kentucky, Tennessee, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, and Wisconsin, and Michigan.
Yeah, I remember last year he dropped me off a half a fucking semi-load of some expensive salad dressing. He's like, here, this is like $20 a little bottle, and here's fucking 1,000 gallons of it, He's like, sell it. And I'm like, fuck me, I'm no salesman. So I dumped it out in the rock gardens and killed all the weeds, and I thought that was awesome. I poured tens of thousands of dollars of salad dressing on the fucking weeds, man.
That's crazy.
That is crazy, but it was the best thing, right? I mean, it's just vinegar.
Yeah.
Better than the freaking weed killer. Yep.
Yeah, I do. I donate a lot of food because that's what I haul. I haul food. I donate a lot of food to the people in the neighborhood and the churches in my neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah, my uncle told me he sat outside Walmart one time, and he still had like 50 cases of fucking what do you call Klondike ice cream, right? And he's sitting there handing it out to everyone in the parking lot. He's like, "Here, take a couple boxes. We know you need it. Look at all these kids, you know." So,
right.
Yeah. But what does the guy do? You know, I mean, if they don't
have an
take
empty
it,
trailer.
yeah. So he's done that quite a few times too. God, I ended up with probably 500 pounds of fucking turkeys one day, man. Turkey legs. Oh, I never got so sick of turkey in my life last year, man. Fucking eating turkey and everything.
I get boneless chicken breast, and they're kosher, and each box is 40 pounds, and I've had as much as 12 boxes that I've ended up giving away. And I mean, they're big, plump chicken. Oh my God, that's so good.
Yeah, you're making me hungry now.
Well, hey guys.
Well,
I
got 3 pallets of carrots back there.
I like carrots.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Patrick.
I hate to break up the little salad food party, but it's almost 1 o'clock here, and I gotta get up at 4. So I think I'm gonna call it right here. Got 3 hours and 10 minutes in, unless you guys want to carry on without me, and you can keep the stream going. Hey, I'm happy either way, as long as I get some sleep. You guys
Whatever's comfortable for you, bro.
Yeah.
If you guys want to
be the first time you passed out on us.
I've still got an hour before I hit my destination, so I can go either way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. I got Jim and Cammy here, so I'll bullshit for a bit.
I'm gonna have to go soon too. I've got to work tomorrow.
All right. Well, then, if that's the case, let's just go ahead and call it a night, and we'll get back together another night.
Okay. I'll probably be on tomorrow. So. All right.
All right. Hey, well, it's nice talking to you guys. Hey, Pat, I love you, brother.
Jim.
Don't forget to give me my wrench
Love you
back.
too.
All right, guys.
Yeah, if I can find
you for a few minutes.
I can't chat, but you can see. So,
hey, check out right now Joe. And try to chat. Try to.
I tried.
I got it
a few minutes ago, and nothing popped up. Well, I can see it, but you guys can't. I'm gonna try from in here and see if I can do it.
Okay.
No, I can't. I can just read them.
Hey, Joe Dirt, it was nice talking to you, brother.
No. You have a good night.
Thanks, Joe. See ya.
Bye, Cammy.
Good night, guys.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.
Night.